phone number that was working is not accepting calls anymore.
Tom,
so either he has me blocked or he disconnected that number.
Deputy D, what?
I have both an update on Jeff Jolliffe and a suggestion for our caller. So a couple of weeks ago, I had a conversation with a spokesperson for the Windsor City government. He said there are 2 open investigations into Jeff Jolliffe's operation. One is by Johnstown Police, and he believes they already applied for an arrest warrant. The second open investigation is by the Windsor Police Department. And I have the detective's name and phone number here for our caller to call.
You think that Jolliffe will care? I mean, in other words, this started like 10 months ago.
Jolliffe won't care, but the police department will, because there are 2 police departments building cases against
Clayton, them. You may want to contact Deputy D here is going to give us some information on who to contact.
Do you want me just to give you the detective's name and phone number?
Yeah.
So this is...
please.
Okay, you ready? So this is in Windsor, Colorado.
Windsor, Colorado, sir. Windsor.
So
W-I-N-D-S-O-R.
Detective Carmen Espinosa. Yeah. Detective Carmen Espinosa is working the Jeff Jolliffe case. And his phone number is 970-674. Followed by 674 6420.
6420.
Yeah, and it can't hurt to add yourself to the list of victims. So
right.
He probably doesn't have the money to satisfy any kind of a judgment.
He's a liar and a cheater. He's a crook.
But if he can be put away, and by the way, he was just arrested earlier in the year
for what?
In Weld County out of an outstanding theft warrant down in El Paso County. And that case ended in, I believe, August with either deferred prosecution or deferred sentencing. But the significance of that is when you get deferred anything in a criminal case, you need to keep your nose super clean.
I want to ask Mark straight up. What do you think? Why do you think, I swear to God, why do you think this guy can do this and get away with it? Why?
Because he moves around. Remember the first time I served him years ago, he moves around. This guy, he just bumps around, man. And let's face it, white-collar crime, it doesn't even matter in Denver. I mean, we had a guy running around in a park trying to kidnap children, and they cut him free. You think they're going to go after Jeff Jolliffe? No way.
Well, they might, because we're not talking about Denver. We're talking about a couple of other jurisdictions that may not be so soft on crime. And I think it's like reasonable to be optimistic.
Maybe something will happen to him, but my point is it's been 10 years. It's been 10 years.
Well, eventually luck runs out, right? And eventually
I don't know if it's luck or just lack of accountability.
They don't know how to deal with it.
The dude just got arrested.
We had one guy, Mark, I don't ever remember him. He was doing transmissions years ago. And what he would do is go into like Denver and he would collect a few customers' money. Then he'd go to Aurora, collect a few customers' money. And then he'd go to, he was all around the metro area. And there was not one prosecutor that would take it based on 1 or 2 cases. But there were dozens of cases, but they would not coordinate to do it. There was no way to do it. I've always said, if you want to make money, come to Colorado, take money down, and do nothing.
I had to.
You will, if you have a good song and dance, if you can talk someone into giving you money and you don't do the work, nothing will happen to you. The only time something will happen to you is if you take an extraordinary amount of money from a group and then they get involved. But how often do you hear it? You don't hear it very often. It is truly. Do I have to take a break, Shannon? Am I way behind? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, let's do that right now. But it's free money. It's free money. Come to Colorado, get free money.
I want to come up here and get some free money from Jolliffe.
Shannon, are you there? Do we need to take this break or what?
I thought you were saying you were asking him a question.
I'm sorry.
Now, impact traffic.
I was way over time. Sorry.
That's getting
Feel
better
free
down
to hit
south.
it and shut me up.
Oh gosh, that's right. I wasn't looking at the clock.
I'm sorry.
Now it is still jamming from
It's Mark's
Castle
fault.
Pines heading up through that.
Yeah,
By the way, when I
Stays a little
rebooted, Mark
busy up
came
towards the
alive.
Tech Center. Had a stall southbound 25 at Colfax, left lane. They've cleared that. It is a little slow coming in through downtown, but definitely improving there. And construction work out to the east side, I-70, particularly around Tower. Both directions are seeing some backups. Other than that, we're in pretty good shape. Foothills Drive, not bad. No rock scaling right now, so I-70 remains open. With traffic, I'm Jonathan Steele.
This report is sponsored by Staples. Your local Staples has hot deals and super low prices throughout the store on everything for your business. And right now at Staples, save up to $125 off your print order. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details. Ends November 1st. Plus, save even more with the Easy Rewards program at Staples.
Fix It 24/7 wants to do free second opinions for you if someone tells you you need a new furnace. Why don't you give them a call? Now, they will do an installation, but most likely they can get it running, hence the name Fix It. Fix It 24/7 is offering an extreme deal. $39 extreme clean, tune, and check of your service right now. Your furnace will be cleaned like you've never seen it before. They take it apart, they refurbish it with a no breakdown guarantee. FixMyHome.com. Book now, just $39. John Fuller is a personal injury attorney with a personal touch. He believes in talking to his potential clients before they become clients. So if you have an accident, you can call John Fuller and ask your questions. You can talk to him the first time without signing up. There's no need to sign up. Most attorneys want you to at least sign up first and become a client. Not John. You call John Fuller's office and say, I'd like to talk to John. You'll talk to John. You can talk about your case. He'll give you advice. If you decide to hire him, you still get this personal access with his cell phone. That's right. His cell phone. You can call or text at any time. 303-597-4500. 597-4500.
Thank you.
Are we going to be into music when we get back?
Yep, it's over. Cop a walk. I got it.
Okay.
Well, because let's see.
No, I get it.
You'll have like 15 seconds if you want to try it.
Yeah,
you
okay.
Want to try talking?
Well, for 15 seconds, sure, I can say what's going on.
All right. Well, I hate to put you out. Did you see Trump's entrance on the aircraft carrier George Washington? Where they lowered him on the elevator into the, oh my God, that was awesome.
I didn't see it. Was it cool?
What's that, Mark?
Was it cool?
You know how the aircraft have the big ass elevators. So the troops are all lined up in like the bottom of the carrier, and they bring down the elevator, and he's got F-35s and a bunch of Tomahawk missiles around him, and he's standing alone on the deck as the elevator comes down. Oh! Not even any, there was no, he obviously didn't have to have guards around him, so it was just him on the deck of the aircraft carrier surrounded by God's right hand.
It's pretty cool.
Oh my God. And then, to the
YMCA.
Juxtapose that with the, with his Malaysia thing where he came off and he was like trying to dance with the Malaysian.
Well, yeah, it was so cool. They had like 100 dancers there.
Yeah.
I like when they visit New Zealand and they do the haka for you.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, man.
Well, that's a lot different than this Malaysian dance.
Sure.
Okay. The haka is like brutal.
Mark's camera went back out again. I don't know why it does that.
Well, because you restarted everything.
Oh, no, I meant your link to me. Maybe you have to hit that link again. You're right. I did restart everything. Your audio is fine.
Hold on, let me do it.
For some reason, the video is not coming through. That could be because
I killed it.
Okay, thanks.
Hey, good morning.
Yeah, I was just saying
That looks so delicious.
Am I up now?
No, thank you.
Yep, gotcha. Thank you. Let me get you side by side here. Gotcha.
Yeah,
That looks
all's right
so
with the world.
good.
We got it, baby.
I don't know about that.
It's pretty tasty. How have you been?
Good. How about yourself?
No.
Oh, just living
living.
Making it through.
Oh, I heard the little kitty. I think she smells your
Huh?
sandwich.
She
What?
is such a
Is it a
sweet.
crepe?
It's
What's going
Princess,
on?
right?
Princess.
Yeah.
I'll bet you she smells this. She's gonna come over and get a bite.
Sniffing your kitty.
Unless you watch her when she gets there. I saw her sneak off with a piece of bacon from a salad a few months ago.
Oh yeah. Nope, here she comes.
Oh, yeah,
you
she
hear
can
they
smell it.
lost
She
another
can hear you
jet
chewing.
fell
She can hear us talk
off a
about it.
carrier.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, about 2 days ago.
What
Wouldn't it be funny
do
if
you
that
have
cat got a
pets?
hold
have
of
two
a
cats.
squirrel?
Mm-hmm.
Names.
Pip
Okay.
and Kiwi.
Mark,
Could it take
No, I
down a
didn't
squirrel? I
name
haven't
them.
seen the cat.
'Cause
You
that's
know
not
what? I
exactly
hear it all the
masculine.
time, but I have no
But
idea.
they were named that by the rescue organization. And I
Sort of
kept
coming back
names
here. You guys ready? Here you
Yeah,
go.
yeah, yeah.
respect for the ladies who.
This is where you can join the conversation with real people.
How is he still our coach?
Open the free iHeart app and search your favorite league to start listening.
All right, so we ran out of time for this hour. We're going to be talking about health insurance coverage, insurance in general, plus any of your problems, questions, and complaints.
Oh, there you go. Now you're like a little Nadia
all right, Clay,
Comaneci.
just be patient with me. We're going to come to you
Nailed
right
it.
after this, and they do have some additional information for you. Okay,
I'm going to go get coffee for sure.
5 minutes.
Yeah, I'm going to take a little walk anyway, just to
All right,
stretch my
hang on.
legs, but... Oh. So...
I
Not my leg.
completely fucking lied.
You're lying. Why are you lying? I'm not here.
Yes.
If somebody's looking for me, I'm not here.
Oh, he just hung up. Good morning, Tom Martino Show. Okay, all right, hang on for me, Clay.
I sort of accidentally sent all of my first wife's emails.
That sounds like a very loaded statement.
I've got a. Next time I'm at her house, I'll sneak upstairs and I'll fix that on her email. But everything's forwarded to me accidentally. Not that I don't know why.
What does she have? I mean, it can't
Well,
be anything.
No, not at all. And she just ordered Szechuan. I'm kind of envious. She's living the life.
Szechuan pepper?
Let's see. It's Szechuan Chinese restaurant. Thanks for your order.
Oh, Szechuan chicken.
I don't know what she ordered. I'm not going to even look
Yum.
at the order. But I'm happy for her.
That Jeff Jolliffe guy. Piece of work.
What happened to just putting a razor blade in an apple? What the hell? Come on, man. Dosing kids. I did once get a cat poo rolled in peanuts in cellophane. I must have been like 10, maybe. Oh, shut up. What? Having my baby. texting with a coworker, and she says, I'll check on that tomorrow. I'm out today. And I say, oh, okay, I hope you're having a good day. Please don't tell me you're at a funeral, because that's always you're like, oh, I hope you're having a good time. Burying my sister. She was murdered in a... Oh, come on. A little heads up on that, okay? I am awkwardly excited about this Japanese prime minister. I am inappropriate.
He's a heavy metal guitarist and a drummer.
Oh, God.
And she rides a motorcycle.
And she wants everybody that doesn't look like her the F out of Japan.
Yeah.
God bless her.
Like...
You go now! All right. Yes, ma'am. Oh, that's great. Who was that comedian that did the, he's a big guy. He's obviously dead now, but he did the Chinese buffet.
I thought it
scared
was
my wife.
Poodle,
Go
but it
now.
might have been,
Sam Kinison.
Wordsmith.
No.
Oh.
I'll double check on it, though. But it was, comedian, Chinese buffet, you go now.
Oh, she's there.
I didn't hide him.
John Pinette.
It was a statement.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He was like, one of my favorite quick little roles of his was in The Punisher. Remember, he was Bumpo, I think was his name in that movie.
My mouse moved just as I was hitting it.
Right?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Comedian John Pinette. You don't make it into your 70s. Yep, 2014.
Wow.
That guy.
Yeah, I remember him.
Mm-hmm.
God, I didn't know he was dead.
You had 3 hours. You scare my wife. You go now. I think about that every time I'm at the old buffet. It's a jelly spot. Is it loud?
Yeah, just a bit.
Enter it now.
All right.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hello, what's going on? What can we do for you? We are fighting for you, fighting with you. If you rip people off, we don't like that at all. We try to do something about it. That's why we have sleazebrigade.com, by the way. Always check Sleaze Brigade, SLEAZE, sleazebrigade.com. Clayton, he's been trying to work with Jeff Jolliffe. Of course, it's the same story. Jeff Jolliffe lies and cheats. There is no way around it. We want you to contact, of course, the authorities about it. But the truth of the matter is there is very little that can be done. He doesn't even have anything civilly to take. So he makes his money by getting money up front and not filling orders. Now, in your case, I'm a little shocked that he even sent you a transmission. Of course, it was a bad piece of crap transmission that never worked. And then after you sent it back to him, it's the same story. And by the way, this story about delivery drivers not showing up or losing it or stealing it, his favorite go-to excuse is that somebody stole it. He had, for years, what he would do is he would do a transmission for someone, but I don't even think he did a transmission. He would just claim to do a transmission. And then they would come back for warranty work. And while the truck was at the shop for warranty work, it was stolen. This happened 4 or 5 times. Different people took their car back to be worked on, and it was stolen. He says, contact your insurance. I'm done. Now, with you, he even claimed some of the delivery drivers took the transmission or never showed up, and he's lying and cheating again. So when was the actual last time you talked to Jeff Jolliffe, which is, as I said, a liar and a cheater and a scumbag?
It was probably about 3 weeks ago.
Okay. And what did he say he would do for you 3 weeks ago?
Well, I've got an uncle that works over in Colorado, and he was supposed to deliver the transmission to my uncle's job site, and then my uncle was going to get it to me. Because he just been through all the stuff with the delivery driver disappearing, blah, blah, this and that. I told him, don't ship it no more.
Right.
Just get it over to Denver to my uncle, and he'll get it to me.
By the way,
it was his hand that lives in Denver. His hand that lives in Denver got arrested for driving on a suspended license. Then they had to get the pickup out of impound. The transmission was broke when they got it out of impound because the tow truck broke it. So they had to get another part for it.
How much did you buy? How much did you pay for the transmission originally?
$2,800.
Yep. Well, I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna do, man. We'll try. We'll try to get a hold of Jeff Jolliffe. You know, what we ought to do is, let's see, Chopper, you ought to try calling Jeff to see if he's in, and just see if he'll address this. He won't, but if he wants to come on the air, tell him we'd love to have him come on the air and answer to the dozens and dozens of problems. Because
do we have his number, Tom, or the caller has it?
Let's get it from the caller off the air. And then we'll give it out depending on the response you get.
He
Chopper.
said it no longer he said the number's no longer good.
This is the same number that I tried, and it's no longer in existence.
Okay, never mind then. This is terrible. But again, it shouldn't surprise us. But I'm serious when I tell you that if you're running up against hard times and you need money, in Colorado, you can simply take money, promise something, and not come through. And there is nothing, and I mean nothing, will be done to you. Nothing. You will get to keep the money. Authorities will do nothing. You would have to have so many people complaining, like hundreds and hundreds, and have hundreds of thousands of dollars outstanding before they'll even take a look at you. But if you spread it out over time, like Jeff Jolliffe or these other people on the Sleaze Brigade, they will simply get away with it. It's the little known secret in Colorado. People think they're going to get in trouble. You're not going to get in trouble. Now, I'm not encouraging you to do it, but I'm telling you that people have done it over and over and over. There is zero consequence in Colorado. You know, some of these politicians that run, you know, it would be good if they could run on a platform of trying to crack down on this stuff. But here's the problem with consumer crime and consumer news. Unless it's happening to you at the time, you don't look at it as an issue that needs to be dealt with. You see, whereas government issues and most of these amendments and things have to do with everyday life. Now, somebody who takes money up front and does nothing in return gets away with it because unless it's happening to you, you don't care. But again, what I've done is put together sleazebrigade.com, which, by the way, isn't even complete. There are a lot of people that should be on there that are not. I can't tell you how many times we've come across this. So what is my go-to answer? Don't give money up front, period. And if you're going to make a purchase, do it on a credit card so it can be contested. Now, I'll bet you Jeff Jolliffe doesn't take credit cards. Therefore, you don't do business with him and you won't get ripped off. Credit cards at least give you some power to rescind the payment if the product is not provided. But the problem is that people pay and trust. I can't look. Like I have case after case right here. I'm looking in the last 2 weeks where people gave money, paid money down, and got nothing in return. One of my guests today is Brooke White from Alliance Roof and Solar, formerly Red Rocks Roof and Solar. And because of trademark or copyright issue, they've changed it to Alliance Roof and Solar, and they're doing commercial systems. Someone wants to know if they have a commercial system and they have a home-based business, a legit business, can they sell outside of their own resident area? Okay, so if they have a system on their home, they're running a home-based business, can they literally sell to a neighbor or someone? Can they do that? I mean, in other words, who would they sell to? Back to the grid?
So that is kind of a gray space. So if you are part of an HOA and you want to sell power back to the HOA with your system, you can do so. But it's a different interconnection application that goes into the utility company. So the utility company is still utilized in some fashion. You can't just send it directly to a neighbor.
But you can arrange it to sell to neighbors?
You can, yep, as long as the utility's involved and it's allowed in that space. So every jurisdiction's different, every utility company's different.
Who gets to decide if does the utility company get to decide? Because why would they ever allow it?
Why would they allow it?
Yeah.
There's a couple different reasons in the state of Colorado. Mostly it's increasing their renewable sources. So that helps them with some state regulations that are hitting them.
So by regulation, they have to start increasing their renewable energy.
Exactly.
And one of the ways they can do that is allow you to buy solar.
Yeah, or allow the transport of energy through a renewable source like solar.
So if I'm in a neighborhood, let's say an industrial park, okay, where everyone has these units, they're like storage facilities, but they're like industrial parks, they call them. So if I put in a system on my industrial unit, I can go out and solicit business, let's say, and I find 10 customers willing to buy from me at a cheaper rate, but I'll still make money. I have to then go through the power company. And what do? I literally sell it to the power company who sells it to my customers? Or why do I have to go through a power company?
Because the interconnection into their electric.
I can't just string a wire to them.
Exactly. Yep. That would be against code and regulations. Right. Yep.
But most power companies will allow it?
Yeah, they will, especially if the businesses are close together, because then essentially what happens is your neighbors are really just renting your solar panel roof space, and then we connect them into the main panel that way.
So do you have customers that are selling to others?
I have landlords that are selling to their tenants, which would be very similar to your example.
Right. So the landlord puts a system on the roof. Does the tenant have to buy through the landlord?
Yeah, because it's a part of their lease.
Okay, but they're saving money.
But it saves them.
What's that?
It saves money.
Yeah, it saves
them
money.
It saves, like, what is it, Brooke? At least 15%?
Yeah, typically the landlords that I work with save their tenants 20% or more, depending on the utility.
And landlords can make a good amount of money doing this.
Yeah, it's just increasing their portfolio. Definitely, I think anytime you're in the landlord business, you're looking at the long game, and you definitely have a much higher ROI by doing this.
And commercial landlords
think about it. I mean,
yeah. Go ahead.
She can get the grant money to pay for the entire system. So, eventually you're $0 out. Now you're the electric company and you're making money. You're cash flowing just on selling electricity. I mean, I don't even see a downside to it.
I don't either. I can see no downside. If you're
they just have to meet with me in person.
Right. Yeah. So you meet with Brooke. So, Brooke, you can engineer the whole thing.
Yeah.
If I say I want a commercial system, and I have an industrial park, or I'm a landlord, or I have warehouses, or I have something, and I want to structure it to sell to my customers, You can take care of it all.
Yep, absolutely. A really common thing to do now is covered parking. So people are doing covered parking carports, and then they're connecting it to the different meters that way. For a commercial building, like you're talking about.
Oh,
Mhm.
so they put the panels on the covered parking?
Yep, they put the panels, or we build the covered parking with the carport itself, and then you connect it to the different tenants within that building.
Wow, that's pretty cool. So do you have condo developments doing this as well, or basically landlords?
Everybody within Denver that has a commercial building over 4,500 square feet is looking hard into solar, because otherwise they're going to be fined so much because of the Denver Energize program. So it's very common in Denver.
What's the Denver Energize program?
It's a variety of regulations that Denver put in place in 2020. Mayor Hancock did it. That the enforcement starts now. And so if they don't have solar or renewable power or a cool roof, or their building isn't insulated enough, they get different penalties and fees. There's about 8 different categories it encompasses.
Can you imagine?
Penalties and fees for not being green, basically.
Yeah, and it's pretty extreme. Like the fees that I've seen are for the smaller buildings, you're looking at $45,000 to $100,000. For bigger buildings, they're in the millions. Like these are huge fines. I don't know how anybody in Denver stays in business.
Wait a minute. This is happening right now.
Yeah, if you look up Denver Energize, you can look up the penalty calculator, and I can send you the link if you'd like.
And this is every commercial building.
That's above 4,500 square feet is required.
Did you know about this?
Nothing shocks me about Denver. So, all the penalties will come in, and there'll be like places like the 16th Street Mall that are over 4,500 square feet. They're not super green, so the restaurants got to increase their prices 20%. The retail outlet, the ball cap's going to cost you 40% more. I get it.
Anyway, so we got more coming up. I'm Tom Martino, 303-713-8255.
Do you want me to read the Denver Energize to you?
This is Dan Kaplis. Human life is the
right
most
here.
valuable thing on earth. Our firm has a proven ability to deliver full civil justice in wrongful death cases. The most recent example is the $205 million jury verdict in the amusement park death case, a verdict that will make Colorado and America safer. We believe in fearless justice. We accept righteous wrongful death cases on a percentage fee basis. If you need our help, call 303-770-5551 or hit dankapleslaw.com.
Jordan Keanu, I want to hear when it comes to the annuities you guys sell. I know a couple things for sure. One, the 15, or I think now it's a 17% bonus that starts building your wealth from day one from that 401k or from that IRA that you roll over. That's one huge benefit. An instant 17% on top of whatever you saved. The second one I know about is the long-term care benefit. So if you're getting $3,000 a month from this annuity when you retire and you need long-term care, it doubles. Now you're getting $6,000. What are some of the other good points of the annuity you guys have?
Absolutely, and this is Jordan. You hit it on the head. That 17% bonus, I just want to make one good point, that is a match for a whole 12 months, meaning that any money that you add in additional for that first year of having that annuity, the company's going to match you 17% on any money that you drop in.
So if you put $1 million in this thing, if you put $1 million in, you've got $1,170,000.
Correct. And anything you add within those next 12 months, they still give you that 17% match on top of it.
It's absolutely incredible. And I got to say, another one of the benefits I didn't think about. Think about this one, Jordan. In fact, it might be the number one benefit. It's guaranteed money. When the stock market goes up, you participate. It locks in when it goes down. You never lose a dime, ever. Guaranteed pension.
That's true. You can never go down. You can never go backwards. It ratchets up only. That is for everybody's income to be safe and have a guaranteed paycheck.
I love it. Listen, I don't think everybody out there should just put all their money into annuity, but having that guaranteed part of your retirement is so important. Have these guys crunch the numbers. Reach out to mymoney.myway.com right now. They can crunch the numbers and tell you how much you're going to have at retirement depending on the size of your annuity. MyMoney.myway.com.
I guys should have had Done Right do it. Don't be that.
I appreciate you, Shannon. I don't care what Tom says about you. Don't care.
Oh yeah, no, I bring it on.
I just decided I just don't care anymore.
Like Ridley Scott once said, I don't care if the reviews are good or bad, so long as there are a lot of them.
What was the name of that bar in Severance?
Bruce's.
What?
Bruce's Bar?
Bruce's?
Yeah. I bet they're still there.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
I bet you
The text I
DD
was
goes
going to
there
send
all
to
the
that
time.
group about your daughter was, now that she can practice law in Colorado, I'm going to start breaking law in Colorado, but I didn't want to make it about me. Congratulations.
I feel sorry for Kelly when Shannon breaks wind in Colorado. Sabby, I was up at Bruce's about 4 months ago.
Well, you guys are quiet.
Yeah. Come on, Dimitri.
I was just watching a video of them blowing up 4 more boats yesterday.
I love those.
4 more.
Those are some of my favorite videos these days.
I love these.
You know what?
Oh, they're
you want to bring
drug-runner
drugs
boats
into
out
this
of,
country?
South
Fuck
America.
you.
Love it.
This says 2,500.
Blowing up boats?
U.S. military.
Navy.
I'm sorry. What?
So you should be able. So if you put a solar system on these buildings, they satisfy this, right?
Essentially, what they do is they say you put solar on,
All right,
so all
save it.
the other things don't matter.
Blinds.com today.
Hi, Tom Martino here. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Brooke White is with us from Alliance Roof and Solar, formerly Red Rocks Roof and Solar, and we'll give out our contact information. But basically, she talked about a program called the Energize Denver Ordinance, or program, and here's what it says. A building performance policy, Rick, that's what it is. It's a building performance policy that requires commercial and multifamily buildings in Denver over 5,000 square feet, basically, to be energy efficient and to employ energy efficiency into their building. If they do not, they basically face major fines. Fines of $10,000, $20,000, $30,000. Are these fines one time or are they yearly? How do they work, Brooke?
Yeah, so originally when they were set up is every 2026, 2027, and then 2030 were the years of the penalties. Now the penalties have adjusted a little bit, but they're tens to hundreds to millions of dollars. Like they're
But are they yearly penalties or are they just a one-time penalty?
no, they grow. So let's say that you got penalized this year and you still didn't make any changes, then your penalty is double next year. And then if you still don't make changes by 2030, it's triple of what it was originally.
Okay, so basically, you have to submit an annual report on your building's energy use, and then you have to meet energy saving targets for each building. This is ridiculous. You know what this tells me? They're going to force a lot of businesses out of Denver.
Yeah, I've already had business owners tell me that they're selling their buildings instead of complying with this.
Now, is one way to Go ahead, Mark.
It's not just that. I mean, okay, great. So commercial people are going to get screwed, but all that does is screw the people that shop in Denver. I mean, let's get real. They up the prices. But think about it, Tom. There's nothing weird about this. These are the same people to where if you want to get rid of a tenant for whatever reason, you can't. You got to basically renew their lease in perpetuity.
You know, right? The just cause clause, the just clause, or the just cause clause. And you know what?
It's just going to be like defund the police eventually. What's going to happen is they're going to realize they chased every single business out. They're all going to go to Texas or to Florida. We're not going to have the kind of tax. And then it's a big secular problem because without those businesses bringing in the taxes, what do? They got to raise taxes on who's left. What does that do? That chases them out. Eventually, it's going to be a bunch of jerk-offs sitting around doing nothing.
You know, I just can't believe. So this went into effect. This was brought in from the previous administration, but the fines are just starting now. That's basically what's happening.
Yeah, the green building ordinance is also tied into Denver Energized. They're two separate programs, but for buildings that are over 65,000 square feet, they have to comply with both. So green building ordinance started in 2018, and 2020 is when Denver Energized started. But both are facing penalties starting the mid-2020s up until 2032, depending on your building.
This year, or going into, does 2025 have a penalty, or is it 2026?
It's set that if you don't complete the work by June of 2026, that your penalty is enforced then.
Okay, so companies in Denver, 5,000 square feet or larger, you have to comply by mid-2026. Is there an actual drop-dead date?
Yeah, the date's been adjusted throughout, and there's meetings you can have with the Denver Energized folks that you can schedule on a monthly basis. They have some one-on-one time. As long as you're showing that there's a plan in place and you're making that plan happen, you have until 2030 to actually put all of the pieces together.
Hey, Tom, think of that building we owned.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, think about that. If we still own that in Denver, that was 25,000 square feet. We'd be up to, without a paddle there.
I know it. And you have until 2030 to actually implement it.
As long as you have a plan showing all of the different pieces.
Can I show a plan showing that all of it's being done in 2030 or 2029? Or does it have to be piecemealed each year?
As long as you're communicating with the folks at Denver Energize and they have copies of like an engineering report and those things that show that, yes, we're waiting until 2030 to pull the trigger, but we've done all the prep work ahead of time, then I've found that that's acceptable to them. But you can't just say, trust me, I'm going to do this. No, you have to have an engineer put together paperwork. If you're going to do a solar project in 2030, I have to run an engineering report that they can view that's stamped. So there's some steps that you do need to take.
The green scam is the dumbest thing I ever heard of. I know you're in the solar business, Brooke, but my God, it is so stupid. It is absolutely ridiculous that they don't want coal. They don't want any of these things when China and India and all these places do it. They act like the Earth doesn't have an atmosphere and we can be clean air over here.
Listen to this, Mark. For buildings, they have to submit annual reports on their usage and then show what they're doing to meet energy-saving targets.
It's absurd. You know what I do? I glue a
literally
ceiling fan
install
on top of there.
energy upgrades. There is no grandfathering. They have to install or improve lighting. So electrification. The ordinance directs the city to update the building codes to require that all buildings have a certain amount of electrical and for heating and supplying of utilities. So this is massive.
Yeah,
this is going to have a massive effect on our commercial real estate.
Yeah, it already has. What's typical is that folks at a commercial business will send Energy Star access to their Excel report, and then the state can or the city can pull their energy report whenever they want to instead of having to file it. But it is having some really big consequences.
We're talking
on-
restaurants too.
Well, think about your manufacturing folks. You can't make all of the things that are required in manufacturing electrified. They just don't have enough power at once. You need gas. You need
You can't
oil.
electrify
you need other stuff.
everything. No, you can't.
Exactly. So
They're requiring it.
So politicians aren't always logical. I think we can agree to that.
No, of course.
So we'll see what happens as this progresses. They've already delayed the penalty year by 1 because so many complaints have come up about this, and the fees are substantial. If you look on the example that Denver Energize has, they're $1 million, $1.5 million, and $3 million are their examples of the 3 penalties for one business.
Okay.
So it's not, I mean, these are extreme. They will force people to move, like Mark had said, or shut down their business or do something else because those penalties are substantial.
So it's an absurdity. We have such idiots managing this freaking state. I just don't even understand what they're trying to do besides drive everybody out of town. That's all they can do. And then it'll be nothing but homeless people running around stabbing people. That's what Colorado's becoming.
Okay, so what they're saying is Denver, basically, this is what we're saying. You haven't heard about this. I don't blame you. The local news and really, you're not seeing a lot about this. But if you own a building in Denver, there are certain things you have to do to make it more energy efficient or greener. And they're extraordinary. They're not just simple. You have to do an entire solar system. You have to electrify things that are otherwise using gas and oil. You have to do all kinds of upgrades in insulation, in windows, roofing. What is a cool roof? That's part of it. You have to have a cool roof.
Yeah, so the Green Building Ordinance requires a cool roof, which means that the roof is white or designed to reflect light, so it's not absorbing it into the building.
Okay.
Or you put solar on top of that, and that's considered a cool roof because, again, the solar system absorbs the radiation and produces power, so it's not turning into heat on your rooftop.
Now, Denver, in their promotional literature, are saying it's going to increase property values and it's going to be better for the environment, and Denver will
it's
stand
even going to
out.
lower healthcare cost, and crime's going to go down as well if you read deep enough.
My God. So
and everybody gets a free birthday cake and present on their birthday.
Look, Mark, if they do a big solar system commercially with me, I will buy them birthday cake every year. Okay?
Yeah.
Nice.
But one of the easiest ways to comply is to put a solar system up, really.
Yeah,
so are you getting a lot of inquiries from businesses saying we have to get this solar system to save our ass?
Yeah, actually, more property management companies are reaching out because a lot of folks that own commercial buildings have somebody else managing the property for these specific regulations that come up. But yeah, we're getting a ton of business or phone calls or discussions about this because if you add the solar system, it can offset some of the other upgrades you have to do if the system's big enough. They look at it as an offsetting scenario.
Right. And if you don't offset enough carbon, you're going to be screwed in Denver.
Yes.
If you own a building 5,000 square feet or bigger, you need to do something about it. You're not going to skate by. This is serious. And I can't believe the news has not been picking up on it because this year
really
is when they start filing.
Like Comrade Kyle or somebody talking about it?
You will be subject to fines come what, June of 2026?
Yeah, that's what it's set to right now.
June of 2026. Do you think it could be delayed even more?
It could, because it was supposed to start in 2025 and got delayed because there was so much pushback. With it already being delayed once, is it likely to be pushed back again? Unsure.
Mark, do you think it's going to cause an exodus of commercial owners?
Oh my God, if that kicked in, think of how many buildings right now. Just think of the space available downtown. Just think about that right now. There is so much space that is so empty downtown. It's absolutely insane. So what are they going to do? They're going to start fining people for not putting a solar system up or, whatever, making their roof cool. It's the dumbest thing. I don't even know what your question is. What is the question?
Well, the
is
question
it stupid
is,
as hell? Yes, it is.
Do you think Denver says it's going to enhance property values and make Denver a magnet city for companies that are socially
Denver also
conscious?
said that getting rid of Gallagher was going to make our property taxes go down. So everybody that voted for that, remember when this bond comes up, this $950 million bond, and remember, it is going to go through 60-70% of the morons. Just read the first thing, and they say, oh, okay, we want that. They don't even know what the hell it is. It's like walking into a restaurant and ordering the special and not being told.
And by
what
the
it
way,
is.
I got to take a break.
People are
but
I'm sick of them.
But when we talk about commercial real estate, people exiting, that means they're going to sell. And when you have a lot of buildings,
they've done it in California. They're doing it in New York, especially after the Marxist moves in.
And prices go down when more and more people want to sell, which causes another economic crisis all unto itself.
We should just give free. We should make all the restaurants in Denver give free lunch and dinner and breakfast. What the hell? We give kids free everything, even if it's Bill Gates' kids. We might as well give every citizen of Colorado whatever the hell they want at any time.
Denver is becoming really hard to do business in. I got to take this break. I'm Tom Martino. More coming up.
KHOW Denver, 630 KHOW, an iHeartRadio station. Download the free iHeartRadio app.
We had one lonely guy call off the air and say, Tom said something about how to get screwed in Denver, and he wants to know. What?
Yeah, we're still in good shape out here, really not dealing with any big problem spots. The accident level's been down, and just a little bit of traffic here and there. I-70 heading westbound and getting into the mousetrap on the ramp to southbound 25 is backing up a little bit. I-25 has actually been a little slow into downtown. Not a huge delay, but may cost you a minute or two, I would think. East side of I-70, particularly around Tower, some construction work there has been holding up the drive. 270 at Vasquez, same situation. I-25 between downtown and the Tech is right at about 10 minutes, so most of the freeways are wide open. With traffic, I'm Jonathan Steele.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Need new blinds? At Blindster.com, we offer guaranteed low prices, guaranteed satisfaction, free samples, and free shipping. At Blindster, we take the fear out of ordering custom blinds, shades, and shutters so you can do it yourself and save big. Blindster.com.
Hey, if you are ever in trouble and you need a defense attorney, Joseph A. Lazara is someone I've known for 30 years. Joe Lazara will do free initial consultations always and discuss your case in detail. If you decide to hire him, he puts a flat rate on the entire case. You don't have to worry about being nickeled or dimed. He will tell you the price up front, and it will not change. Lazzara, LazaraLegal.com. Find him at referralist.com or call him directly for free consultations, 303-429-6200, 429-6200.
You're listening.
Very nice.
Okay, now. Man, Denver Energize is huge.
So, here's what this is what they have on their website. $500,000 plus $1 million. Like at least, and so it's $3 million almost altogether. Comes 802.
Golly.
I'm not saying that this is a smarter job decision. I'm not arguing for or against it. I'm just letting you know. What's going on with that?
Okay, what's on you?
I would love a refill, if that's okay.
Sure. Would you like cream in it?
Please, if that's okay.
Small, medium, or large one?
Ooh, medium. It is. Thank you so much, Richard. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Great.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
I have an assortment of almost every battery ever made. Do you, Tom?
No, not really. I have cords.
Not even in your nightstand, Tom?
No. Oh, funny. There is no way that you can own commercial real estate.
Brooke would know this statistic, I think.
Savvy, the swearing in was excellent, but she got a cold too last night. She is not feeling good today.
Well, that's from only wearing a robe or whatever they wear now.
The Supreme Court of Colorado Justice gave the whole thing. It was pretty cool. They actually call court into session. There had to be 500 of us. So you all stand when they walk in. It's pretty cool.
That's cool. Damn, that's cool. My daughter graduated as a veterinarian, so we all got wormed. I was saying that Brooke would know this statistic, that enough solar energy hits the planet every day to run the planet for a year.
Say it again.
Enough solar energy hits the planet every day to run the planet for a year.
Wow.
That's impressive.
It's like 400,000 joules or whatever, tetra, but whatever the hell the number is of the amount of energy that hits the planet is what we blow through in a year. Almost the exact same number.
We just have no idea how to do it.
Listen, until we start collecting lightning, we got no skin in this game.
Yeah, the storage of it and the
right
upgrades are pretty substantial.
It'd be nice to get Obama back. He could fix his healthcare system
I
again.
could hold a lightning rod on the roof of the Capitol.
I can't believe that Denver is touting this as a way that's going to increase the value of real estate.
Well, it'll make living here more expensive. Maybe that's what they mean.
They're going to try anything and everything.
That's why I'm going to New Orleans, damn it. The Slidell side, though.
Oh, I was just going to say, yeah, well-run city there. Good luck.
We actually love New Orleans. I wouldn't want to live there in a million years, but
my mom lived down there.
I love
she was
hanging
in Metairie
there
for years, and I'd go down for.
Slidell is actually really underappreciated as a city.
You're underappreciated.
I like
as
Nashville a lot too.
Hey, coming back. Where the hell's my music?
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Dean, you have a comment on Denver Energize, which, by the way, the city of Denver says will make our downtown more vibrant, energy efficient, carbon friendly, and it will bring more business to Denver. I don't know what the hell they mean. The regulations are stifling, and the fines are up to $1.5 million if you don't do stuff. Go ahead, Dean.
Well, this Energized Denver that's coming along. There's been a federal lawsuit filed by Colorado hotels and lodging and just a bunch. It's not a class action level, but there's a bunch of big owners of commercial buildings that have sued Denver.
Yes.
And it's in a federal court. Are you familiar with this case?
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
Okay.
You are familiar, Brooke?
Yeah, because I've just been working with Denver Energize for so long.
Okay, go ahead.
And the case right now, the initial filing of it was dismissed this March, okay, and the judge said that the people the plaintiffs didn't have standing because they hadn't been fined yet, so they've amended the complaint and they've refiled it. Does that make sense?
Yes. So what are they basically saying? That it is unconstitutional or what? I mean, what grounds are they suing?
That it violates the EPA regulations.
It goes further than the EPA regulations. It doesn't violate them.
Well, there's some EP regulations in there that they're saying that that's a big part of it, which is into the federal code.
What I can't believe is that Denver's going to take a dump. Downtown is going to be a ghost town. They're trying to attract business, but yet every single owner, 5,000 feet is nothing. If you have more than 5,000 square feet, you got to invest hundreds of thousands of dollars in your property to make it compliant.
Yeah, I understand that. And so do these owners. That's why they're fighting it. And I don't know if they're can win this lawsuit, then that ordinance won't fly. But it's going to be a fight to overturn that ordinance.
Listen to this. Denver has committed to eliminate greenhouse gas emissions by 2040. It says that all buildings and homes must be net zero energy by 2030. Now, that's just 5 years from now. And all existing buildings must be net zero energy as well. So what they're saying is, I don't even know what net zero, what they're using for their criteria for net zero, but it says that they have to be net zero by 2030. That's 5 years from now. And all of this Denver energized stuff, they claim, will make Denver a pearl, will make Denver an attractive place to be, and businesses will flock to Denver because of it, because of social consciousness. I don't know. Thanks for calling, but it is amazing to me that people think they can legislate things and it'll just happen. Now, legislating, when they put this Denver Energized through, there were a lot of people asleep at the wheel, because to have this in effect right now, it's not if, it's in effect right now. And it means that if you don't do it, you face fines up to $1.5 million. So if you own a little building, 5,000 square feet, 6,000 square feet, you must absolutely comply with Denver Energize, which is massively burdensome for business. More right after this.
You're the best.
Now,
Yes, sir.
traffic.
Yeah, we're still in good shape out here. Really not dealing with any big problem spots. The accident level's been down. And just a little bit of traffic here and there. I-70 heading westbound, getting into the mousetrap on the ramp to southbound 25 is backing up a little bit. I-25 has actually been a little slow into downtown. Not a huge delay, but may cost you a minute or two, I would think. East side of I-70, particularly around Tower, some construction work there has been holding up the drive. 270 at Vasquez, same situation. I-25 between downtown and Tech is right at about 10 minutes, so most of the freeways are wide open. With traffic, I'm Jonathan Steele.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle, founder of Blindster.com. I started Blindster in 2010 to make quality, custom-made blinds affordable to everyone. Traditional window covering retailers are expensive. Our prices are low, and our blinds are guaranteed to fit. Blindster.com.
Let Excel Roofing light up your life. They have a division for lighting, architectural permanent LED lighting, which blends with your building when you're not using it, and then it comes to life for holidays, birthdays, game days, or just accenting your home. You can get an estimate online at excelroofing.com, EXCEL, like in excellent, excelroofing.com. They'll be happy to come out and install it in just a day or two at the very most. They have a great division. Light up your life, 303-761-6400, or get an estimate online, excelroofing.com. Hey, you'd be crazy to buy a used car without having it checked out. You can have it checked out with Sheridan Autotech.com. Sheridan Autotech, they do all maintenance and repairs, light and heavy, on all of your cars, including newer cars, older cars, all makes and models, and they do pre-buy inspections for used cars. Sheridan Autotech, where you're treated like family, on Colfax west of Wadsworth. Plenty of lighted parking and secure. A wonderful place to go. 303-455-7242, 455-7242.
Thank you.
Oh, it's okay. It's great.
I have no idea, but that's a very, very good question to ask them. What was your first name? TED? Ted? All right. Hang on for me, and we'll be right with you, okay? Hang on. Don't run off. Although I know you
Morning's gone by pretty quick, even with no calls.
Yeah.
Oh, we got one call coming in.
For you, that's quite a lot. Oh my God, I know I'm awful. I have done the classic hit the close button in the elevator, you know. Oh, wait, it's the wrong. Oh. I believe it.
Yeah, that's just crazy stuff.
Can't have a fork now on an airplane.
Yep.
Riley Gaines is
We'll have to have
challenging
those
AOC to a
spores or
debate.
Sporks?
Sporks.
Yep.
Can't have peanuts, because my God, someone might start coughing. I don't know, but this is good.
Oh, I saw that.
I think the guy was reaching for a gun.
That Leah Thomas.
Just before that.
Good
Because
looking
you
gal.
see him go down,
Oh.
They should have let.
I just had a mouthful
Car
of
seat.
nuts. What do you want?
You killed that deputy.
I know.
Oh, here we come.
Start listening today.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK. 713-8255 is our number. You can call 303-MARTINO. Let's talk to Ted. Ted, you have a question on solar. Go ahead, Ted. What's happening?
Hey, can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir, I can. What's happening, Ted?
Okay, so this solar thing you and Mark had been talking about is absolutely insane. Nobody knows about it, and I thought I was fairly aware of things, but never saw this coming. Anyway, what about putting solar panels or on like Ball Arena? If Ball Arena or the stadium doesn't put solar panels on, they're more than 5,000 square feet. Do they get fined? I mean, they don't have solar panels on those
Does
places.
this include government buildings? Brooke,
Yeah.
does this include government buildings?
Of course not.
Actually, it does. And a lot of the government buildings don't even
Or like
know
the
that this is
Capitol.
going on.
Are we going to put solar panels on the Capitol?
on the Golden Domes.
So you're telling me they didn't exempt themselves like they did, for example, Obamacare?
No, they're not exempt themselves. If you look up on Denver Energize's website, you can see each building that is not in compliance, and a lot of times they are the Denver government-owned buildings.
So the government's going to have to do this on their own.
Yeah, so you've got three options if you want to comply with the solar side of things or to offset your other upgrades in the building. The first one is to install solar on the building itself, which would be on-site solar. The second is to build the solar system someplace else, which would be remote solar. Or the third is to rent power from Excel solar fields.
So if they designate that they want to buy their power from Excel's solar field, they can be exempted?
Yes.
And do they have enough to go around at Excel?
That's what they're building right now.
All right, we're going to talk about that. That sounds like a workaround, and more coming up.
Thank you.
And it's not just solar. They're saying a lot of energy efficient stuff.
I think the biggest one for companies is like the insulation or the envelope of the building. So it has to be a certain R value. And if you have a big enough building, I mean, that's a lot to try to post-install installation into buildings that aren't designed for it, right? To put that material without...
If I had to make a list here, look, I don't want to make a list of what it requires.
Yeah, so...
Hold on, I'm real sick. I just want to make a real short bullet list. So we're talking about insulation for sure, right? Is that really important? So no matter what you do, even if you put on a solar system, insulation has to be a certain amount?
No, if you put on a solar system and you produce so much power, then it offsets your other issues.
Okay, so solar can trump everything.
Yeah, so here's the... Give it a second, I apologize. Here's all your categories: lighting, lighting control, BAS, which is building automated services, retro commissioning measures, your HVAC, your plumbing, envelope of the building, and then the solar.
So you don't have to do all of them. You just have to do some of that.
Yeah, so you have somebody come in and they run a report for your building, and then you decide which steps you want to take.
But okay.
So here's an example. Let's say that somebody says, I need to do $100,000 worth of work on my building and add a $50,000 solar system. That solar system will offset 100% of my current electric usage. If they build instead a solar system that's at 100,000, which would do twice as much as what their electric needs are, it'll get rid of the other 100,000 worth of upgrades they have to do because they're overproducing on their solar end.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I know it's super tricky. And the formula to figure that all out is pretty complicated.
God, it's just a nightmare. It's a bookkeeping nightmare.
Yeah, it is.
Installation, lighting, HVAC, plumbing, roof.
Lighting controls is in there too. So not just LED lights, but that there's a automation on the lights so they go off after if someone's not in the room. Building automation services, so other ways to automate things like your AC or your heating on times of day. This retro commissioning measure, I honestly don't know what that.
Do they give points for each one and you have to have a certain number of points?
Kind of, yeah. So it's based on how much gas you're using because gas is still really quote unquote dirty.
So the goal is to electrify though, right? Eventually?
Yeah, so the state of Colorado is still on pace to be 100% electric by 2040. So this helps support that measure. No, if that will actually happen, who knows? And then 2050 is Colorado's goal from Polis to be net zero or carbon neutral.
.2030 is electrification, right?
2030 is the penalties start?
Well, the penalties you said start now, though.
For Denver Energized, they start now, but I'm talking about the like Excel will face penalties. The utility companies are set to face penalties in 2030 if they're not getting so much of their power from renewable or converting things to electric or allowing their grid to handle more batteries so that solar power can be stored and then used at night. Those kind of changes.
Isn't gas a clean energy?
I think it depends on who you chat with about that. I don't know a ton about it. I mean, I see those cars around that are like, this is powered by clean natural gas. I'm going to send you a flyer that we give to folks. It's got different links and then kind
So
of a
solar
summary.
can offset everything.
Yeah, it could
But-
theoretically.
or leasing power from so they literally say to Excel Energy, we want to start renting from your solar field.
Yeah,
How does that
they
actually
were. I
work?
heard
Do
it.
they actually divert?
I know.
Or is it?
They're not.
So the way that it works is that
On the
Excel
mains?
can then
Yeah.
say that they have
All the way-
customers dedicated
the one
to
that we go to
solar,
all
and
the
it
way
gives
around.
them more incentive to
Yeah,
build more
there's no-
solar fields
I mean,
to
I walked
their
in
to their shareholders, if
done.
you will, because they get to charge a premium on the
nothing
power their
plus
Is
solar.
Excel building solar fields?
Oh, absolutely.
They are.
Yeah, a ton, especially up by like the airport and stuff.
Active.
Yeah, because they have to, and it's for a company that large, the tax credits they receive to do it are insane. It's a no-brainer. They're gonna make so much money off of it. But if you rent the power from Excel, you can only rent as much power as you're consuming, so you would still have to do the other upgrades because you're not going to have any extra. Does that make sense?
Like, give me an example.
So if you are supposed to redo your lighting and your lighting automations and all of those other things, if you rent power from Excel, it's only going to replace what you use, so then you still have to upgrade everything else. You can't oversize your system to eliminate the other upgrades if you rent. Does that make sense? Because you're not going to overproduce solar.
Right.
Yeah.
So you can only offset what you're using.
Yeah, which means that the other
They're still, no matter what,
things.
even with solar, they still have to do other upgrades.
if they build the solar at the same level of their usage, if they overbuild, then they don't have to do those upgrades. So it depends on the circumstance.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
But if they built solar according to their usage and their usage goes down because of some of these, then they are overbuilt on solar.
hmm And then they can like write to their Denver Energized person, my electric usage went down, our gas usage went down, we're following these compliances, don't penalize us as much next year or whatever. I mean, they can appeal decisions or anything else. The folks at Denver Energized that are working on this program are actually pretty pro business. Like, they're like, we understand this is a big change and that none of this was explained, and we're here to say that you're doing stuff to get it through. But I think by 2030, when the penalties become real, like, it's kind of a shut up or put up moment, right? I don't know.
But no matter what, the cost of business in Denver is going way up.
It might. The
To
difference is
hammer
that
reckless drivers, join me
they're
at 4.
still gonna save money.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hello, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. We are talking about everyday aches and pains, the things that tick you off, the things that make you tick. We have Alliance Roof and Solar with us today, formerly Red Rocks Roof and Solar, and they are doing solar systems right now, mostly for they can service anything, an orphan system or whatever, but they're doing mainly commercial because that's where the incentives are. And commercial doesn't mean just a warehouse or a factory. It can be an agribusiness. It can be a home-based business. But during our conversation, she said a lot of Denver businesses and buildings are looking for solar. Why are they looking for solar? Because of the Denver Energize program, which kind of, I believe, got in under the radar. I mean, you haven't heard a lot about it. But here's the bottom line. If you own a building in Denver, 5,000 square feet or larger, I'm just going to sum it up. You can look up the details. 5,000 square feet or larger, you're going to be faced with tremendous expense to upgrade the insulation, lighting controls, building automated controls, HVAC upgrades, plumbing upgrades, roofing upgrades, and solar offsets. So you don't just get to have a place in Denver and skate through. You will start getting penalties each year, and those penalties will increase as you don't have this stuff available. So what they're basically saying is, if you don't get this stuff done, you're going to pay as much or more in penalties. Penalties can go up to $1.5 million. So this is not some rumor. This is a real deal. Look it up. The Denver Energize Ordinance. Of course, when it was first put out there, people are thinking, this is great for Denver. We're going to be a model city and reduce our carbon footprint. And Denver actually put out promotional literature saying that Denver Energize will make it more attractive to business, not less attractive. Now, I don't know if you think it's attractive to have to do hundreds of thousands of dollars in upgrades. You don't get grandfathered in. You do not get grandfathered in. You have to do hundreds of thousands of dollars in upgrades. So naturally, businesses are asking, how do we get around this? Well, how do you get around it? Brooke, I'm going to ask you how you get around it. If I have a building and I don't want to spend any money on insulation or lighting or automated controls or a roof or plumbing and HVAC upgrades, is there technically a way to legally get around it?
So if you have a solar system and you install it and it's going to do more than what you need. So 100% offset is matching exactly what you need. If you do a system that's at 150 or 200% per se, then yes, those other
for
upgrades.
Every amount over your usage, you get certain things you can cut back on.
Exactly, because you're saying that your overall net carbon is zero still.
Okay, so if I put in a giant solar system, it's possible I won't have to go into my walls to do new insulation. I won't have to upgrade my furnace or my plumbing. I won't have to do other things.
That is correct, yes.
Is that what a lot of businesses are doing? Because it would seem to me with the incentives of a commercial solar system, you're going to get out cheaper doing solar than you will these upgrades.
I would agree with that. One caveat to that is any of the upgrades that are tied to electricity, like the lighting or some of the HVAC stuffs, if it's done the same time you do a solar project, you get the tax credits on those benefits as well.
You can add them all together and take a tax benefit.
Exactly. So sometimes it's more advantageous to do a couple things because you are increasing the efficiency of the building. So your utility bills will go down. Each case is individual, and you really need somebody who knows what they're doing to guide you the right way.
Okay, so if I have a big building and I'm using 1x in energy, can I, instead of putting in a solar system, can I get solar from somewhere else? You said Excel Energy is doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's 3 options. You can do on-site solar. You can do
that would be where you install a solar system.
Yep, you put a solar system on the building.
That's one way to get around these.
Yep.
What's the second way?
It'd be off-site solar, where you do a solar field or solar on a different building, and you get credit for it there because it's still tied into Excel's network.
But you're not actually using that power. You're just offsetting it.
Exactly. So the system still has to produce what your electric usage is on your
Okay.
bill, but
And-
it's offsite.
It's off-site. So I literally can go out and find a field and put in a solar system and get credit for it for my commercial building.
Yes. Yep. As
Okay.
long as it's within Excel territory, you can.
Right, because you're adding to the grid.
Exactly.
And you're adding to the grid to offset what you're taking from the grid. So even though it's not on site, it is still offsetting your energy usage.
Exactly.
This is good news, right, Mark? Anyway, what else?
So the third option is to sign up for power through Excel solar fields. So you tell Excel that you want your power to come from their solar fields. And so then you're still complying with the Denver Energize. You're not responsible for building the solar. You're just renting your power at a premium, essentially.
Is it a premium, though? Is it a lot or is it the same? Will my electric bill go up?
Yes, your electric bill will go up because they'll have an additional fee tied to it for the solar field.
So I can choose. So if I call Excel and say, I'm not doing these upgrades, I'm going to need to buy 1x of power from your solar field. Do they change my metering or anything, or do I stay the same and they just tell me, okay, wink, wink, you're now getting your power from solar?
It's kind of the second. It's a wink, wink, you're getting your power from solar. They're going to allocate.
Is this crazy?
They're
Go
going
ahead.
to allocate your kilowatt hour usage to what the solar field's producing. So they'll make the reports all show that it's coming from there,
That's what
but
I'm
in
saying.
reality, it's not.
If I have a bunch of these businesses from downtown buying from me, who is Excel, is anyone checking on Excel to see that they even have enough solar to supply what they're saying?
Are the PUC or the Public Utility Commissions is supposed to regulate Excel. Now, at what level?
No, but what I'm saying is let's say a plethora of businesses want to use Excel's solar fields instead of building their own, and instead of upgrading their lighting, their HVAC, their plumbing, their roofing, their insulation, they want to do it the shortcut way, which is buying solar energy from Excel. What I'm asking is this: if I have X amount of businesses buying solar from Excel, who's checking on Excel to see that truly they even have enough solar to do that?
Yeah, and I totally understand the complexity of that. So what would happen is the business owners would say, look, Denver Energize, we did everything we were supposed to. It's on Excel to make sure that it's on their
Right, it is on Excel, but is anyone checking on Excel, or is it wink, wink?
So because Excel is involved in the Denver Energize through Energy Smart, which is a separate company, Energy Smart, I believe, would be responsible for ensuring that Excel isn't overselling their solar field production.
It stands to reason that somebody out there is going to be auditing Excel to make sure they're not selling more solar power than they're actually getting. But Brooke, I do have a really quick question for you. Is there a fourth option, which is this? Let's say I go out to Watkins and build a solar farm. I don't have a business in Denver, but let's say I start the solar farm. Can I then show up at, let's say, the Target store door and say, hey, do you guys want to buy my regulatory compliance that I generate at my solar farm? Is that a good business idea?
Dimitri and I go out and build a field. Can we profit from it?
Absolutely, 100%.
How?
Exactly like what he just said.
Assigning the regulatory benefit?
Can you imagine having a giant field or two making you money? Can you make money doing that?
Yeah, you just do the interconnection application with Excel. They're going to count how many kilowatt hours of production that is, and you can offset different businesses' bills by that because they have the...
And that business can pay me directly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
And then they will not get charged by Excel.
Well, they'll still get charged by Excel for their electric usage.
No, the way that it would work is that it would be offset. So you would do multiple interconnection applications for the business. So let's say you've got 10 businesses.
Right.
You talk to me or any other solar company that can do this application for you. They would put 10 applications in for those 10 businesses tied to the one field address.
Oh, and all 10 of those businesses can start sending Tom and me monthly checks.
Exactly.
And they send us checks directly for the power.
That would be awesome, Tom.
Wow.
Let's do it.
And then we can also get that field built with tax credits.
Exactly. So I would pick pick a really ideal area, specifically anywhere south of Colorado Springs. You can get those 94%.
I think you really like Keller County.
That's not Excel Energy down there, though.
They have spaces down there. I mean, Excel powers some of Black Hills territory in Canyon City right now in Pueblo. You just have to pick the right spots.
So we have to pick a spot, buy the land, or actually lease the land.
Yeah, or you guys can just say, "Hey, Brooke, here's the contract. You figure this all out."
Yeah, I think Brooke is the one.
We will sue you.
You truly can do it.
Oh yeah, this is what I'm doing right now.
Brooke's expertise is in finding these regulatorily favorable locations where you get the maximum tax benefits, maximum compliance benefits. Like I've heard her talk about Teller County many, many times over the years.
All right, now, Woody, real quick here. I'm going to start your problem. Maybe we can answer it. What's going on, Woody?
Woody's gone. Woody's gone.
Oh, Woody's gone. Okay, we have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. This is incredible information. By the way, if you want incredible information on your house and what it's worth, Frank Duran, therealestateman.com can do that. It's a complimentary service he offers. It's fully detailed as to what your house will sell for, what you will clear, what you can net, and what you can buy. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, a full market evaluation free for the asking. 303-920-1622.
Feel that chill in the air? Now's the perfect time to layer up. The outerwear shop is now open at Untuck It with sharp new jackets and vests made for this season and beyond. You'll find all the right layers to keep you warm and looking sharp, including cozy sweaters, sweatshirts, and more. But hurry, fall weather won't wait, and neither should you. So don't miss the outerwear shop, open now at untuckit.com in more than 80 stores worldwide. Untuck It, shirts designed to be worn, untucked.
I want you to call my friends at Discount Bath or go to their website and take advantage of their discounts. The best value in bathroom renovations guaranteed. DiscountBath.com. You go there and get a link that you can upload video to. Upload your video about what you want to do. Say, hey, I want to move this vanity here. I want a double vanity here. I want to do a walk-in shower here. I want to move this bath. I want to move this wall, whatever. Just narrate it. Get a price without ever having to visit them. DiscountBath.com. That's where it starts. And you'll get extraordinary discounts on your bath remodel. 720-979-2322. Hey, being a landlord can be a hassle, but not if you do it the Vestera way. They protect you by finding a great market, not Denver, a great market where they appreciate rentals and where rentals appreciate in equity. And then they can help you find tenants, manage, and then eventually sell the property. That's why they call themselves Turnkey. From beginning to end, Vestera Turnkey. Become a landlord, make some money. 303-888-3788, 888-3788.
I don't know, somehow
it's
because he's on
it's
air
all a
or
big
something.
fucking game.
Is that what it is?
Oh, it's
I think so, yeah.
Control you.
He's off. I mean,
Yeah, I think
so. Why not game the system?
I wonder mathematically if truly it all works out eventually, the offsetting, if it really does.
or he may just
What do you
hit
mean?
Well,
the on button and
the energy you're producing offsetting other energy,
program.
does it really have a
Oh
net?
no, because
Oh, can you go net zero if
I don't know.
like?
'Cause,
I mean,
like,
I
if
don't
you're
know
in
how
here,
you equate
Mark's doing one. He'll go.
your gas usage to
Yeah, he
your
does.
solar power production because you're talking
Maybe
about
that's
two different
still-
fuel sources and
Online, the mic's on.
like there's no
program.
way that you can electrify
There's no one-
everything. Manufacturing
This
can't
doesn't
allow
have
it.
background.
You don't have enough power in electric appliances. You need gas.
Dragon
It's not a system that's designed with logic in mind.
Right. That's
I think we can all agree with that, right?
Have you, Dimitri? Have you
Yes.
been looking into fields?
Only a couple of conversations that I had with Brooke here over the past year or so, and it's still not clear to me how to mitigate hail risk, for example, and wildfire risk. I don't know what the costs of insuring those fields are, and I haven't been able to get a clear answer on them.
Yeah, It's pretty rough. So sometimes your insurance company will say, well, yeah, well, because I had a client of mine, they're doing 5 acres, and their insurance company goes, yeah, we'll cover it, $1 million an acre. Well, they're not gonna make any money then, right? So
Wait, that's the premium or that's the coverage?
that's the premium.
Yeah, see, that's the part that wrecked the deal for me from the start.
Yeah, so what I do is I just tell my folks for $10,000 per acre per year will cover those natural disasters. So like if a fire comes through, we'll rebuild the field. If hail
Yeah,
hits,
but that's
we'll do it.
predicated. That's not insurance. That's predicated on the strength of your company.
100%. Yep.
And if your company's not able to do it, I have nobody to go.
You have multiple
Yeah.
fields destroyed. No offense to you.
No, no, no.
You know,
This is all
there's,
logical.
there's no reinsurance available to you. You can't sub out some of that to like General Re, for example. You know.
No, I totally get it. So it's definitely a question mark piece. A lot of insurance in general is getting out of
think Mark
Colorado
has
because
his
of
Rolex
hail, because
on
of
that
fire.
has
I'm
the
sure if
plastic.
you
and
try to
we're on-
get a quote on your car, you only have so
Is
many
it
people you can
if
go
it's
to.
obnoxious money, it might be worth the risk. But what is the money you can make on a field?
I don't think it's a whole lot.
If you're selling it like what we were talking about, then no, you need to set up a way that you're doing an interconnection,
Mhm.
and then you're making like here. I'll show you one that I have up right now. So this guy is doing a $2.5 million project. He's going to get about 2.1 million, so about 400,000 to do the project, and it's going to net him about 11 million over 30 years.
But when does the money start?
When does the money start coming in?
Yeah.
Once the system's like up and
And
running.
does he have interconnect agreements?
Yep. So he's making about, on average, 360,000 a year. So his break-even point is like a year and a half into the project being turned on.
Would you happen to
Providing no hailstorms, right?
Yeah.
Well,
That's my next question.
Are they hail resistant?
They're pretty. I mean, if you're out on like the plains right by Nebraska, and they get a bad hailstorm, for sure you're gonna have a
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com.
you need like a softball-sized hail to hit them.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Fix it 24/7. Remember, $39, extreme clean tune and check. That's Fix It 24/7 and free second opinions. FixMyHome.com, book now. That's where you go. FixMyHome.com, book now. Well, we're getting a lot of questions on this solar field. Someone is asking, does that mean I can go out and build a solar field somewhere and connect it to Excel and make money? Bottom line,
As long as they're within Excel territory, yes. So they can't just pick a.
can Excel turn it down and say, nah, we don't want it? Or can they negotiate a price that's lower than you want?
So Excel is stuck if you have it tied to an interconnection application. So
What does that mean?
If you have it in the way that we're talking about, where you've got 10 businesses that want solar, but it's off-site solar, and you can say these 10 businesses have this much usage, we're building the field to match that usage, and you can kind of do all that research, then they are stuck. They can't tell you no.
What if I want to build one on spec? Can they tell me no?
If you just want to build one,
And I want to build one because I think it's going to be needed, and then I'll eventually connect it and sell the energy.
then that one is 100% up to their discretion. They can approve it or deny it. If there's not like a contracted need
Yeah.
to build it, then it's up to whoever you talk to at Excel and their folks that review it.
Well, is Excel amenable to it? Do they want people building solar fields?
Yeah, absolutely, because they want that renewable energy. Because they have to go 100% renewable per Colorado state code. If they don't,
By when?
their penalties start in 2030. They have.
So you're telling me that Excel Energy must have 100% renewable energy by 2030?
No. Their penalties start if they haven't started hitting certain benchmarks. I believe the deadline date is 2040 or 2050, depending on who
But
you
no matter what, they have to start getting renewable energy by 2030, big time.
Yep, they have to start having so much of their grid powered by renewable sources on a percentage basis.
And eventually, the goal is to make Xcel Energy all renewable.
Or net zero scenario where they're producing more than what the gas
Is being used.
is costing in carbons, or whoever. The PUC would be responsible for that regulation, Public Utility Commission.
So right now, though, is it a good time to build solar systems for resale, just for resale? Or do you not recommend that? Do you recommend first you build it for yourself and then resell?
It depends on what utility company you're talking about and what your tax liability is. So if I'm talking to somebody who says, I'm going to owe the government $2 million next year in taxes, absolutely build a solar field. If your tax liability is like 30 grand a year or less, it doesn't matter that 84% of your $5 million project is covered in tax benefits if you don't have the tax benefits to use it.
Right. You have to have the tax obligation to use it.
Or sell it, or have somebody you can sell it to. I mean, there's a lot of steps in these big projects. They're very exciting, but I get a lot of phone calls where people don't have that tax liability, don't have those connections.
So the credits don't do them any good because they have nothing to apply them against.
Exactly.
But you can sell those credits, and that's where you and I were talking about selling credits. And the one thing my accountant couldn't tell me is what guarantee there is if someone doesn't want to buy them. I mean, if I bought them from some, actually not use them, I mean use the credit. So there, I don't know how you even start. But Brooke, what we're talking about is this. Say Brooke says, what good is a tax credit of 30 grand? By the way, I took the 15 break, right, Shannon? I'm sorry if
Yes,
I'm
sir.
okay.
Yep.
I'm sorry, Dragon. Thank you. Okay, so here's what I'm saying: if I'm paying $200,000 in tax in a year, I can use tax credits.
Yes.
Okay, but people want to make the money of selling on a solar system, but they don't have the tax liability to credit them, so they would rather sell those tax credits.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If they sell that tax credit, is it as easy as me buying those tax credits from them and using them? My accountant seemed to think it is easy, but they had no idea how to do it.
Yeah,
You might have talked to him too a little, but because I wanted to, for example, let's say that Brooke has customers equaling $500,000 in tax credits, and I can buy them for $250,000. I would make a lot of money over the years of claim, because you don't have to use the credits all in 1 year.
No, you don't. You have 20 years to roll it over. That's the status as of right now.
Yes.
And when you buy or sell tax credits, you have to apply for a clean energy account with the IRS. There is a specific form that you file, F-34 3468 for commercial tax credits.
So what do I become? A bank of tax credits?
Yeah, on that form, you just put in that clean energy account number.
Yes.
And then nobody else can claim those tax credits if somebody else sold them and it's tied to that project. So
And I will definitely, if I pay for them, get to use them.
yes, because the person who you're buying them from is contractually obligated not to use them. And if they do, then you get to sue them for the value of that. It's just like a normal business deal. Yep.
So they sell their credit to me.
Yep.
And I take that credit and file, and I can go 3 years back.
Yep, you can backdate it up to 3 years. So if you did it this year in 2025, then you could redo 24, 23,
Look,
22.
you were on the email stream. Were there some things that were brought up that I didn't understand? I guess I didn't understand the procedure. Do you have people right now buying tax credits from your customers or not? Or are they still a little wary about it?
No, I have folks that are buying and selling right now actively.
Actively.
Yep.
And using the tax credits. But you have to have an account with the IRS.
Yep, you have to have a clean energy account with the IRS.
And a clean energy account means that that's who holds your credits.
A clean energy account means that you are a authorized entity to be involved in buying and selling.
Okay.
So while I think your accountant had brought this up,
right.
While you can buy tax credits as a person, it's not as clean. It's a little bit messier. If you do it with a business account as an LLC or a different business entity, then that's that's where you get that clean energy account, and that just makes the process more streamlined.
But if I have a clean energy account under an LLC, Tom Martino LLC, can Tom Martino individually use those credits?
Yes, could be a single filer LLC in the state of Colorado. Those tax benefits go up for the company first, and then to the individual if the company can't utilize all of its tax credits. So, for instance, let me break this down a little bit. Let's say my business has $100,000 in tax credits.
Okay.
I only owe 20 grand in taxes on that business. Then it goes up to me and my husband's filing for the other 80 grand.
Got it.
Let's say his.
But what if the company is formed just to get a clean energy account and has no tax liability? Can all of it go to me as an individual?
Yes. In the IRS wants businesses to become viable after 7 years. Is it smart to open a business just to get tax credits to utilize? Probably not. But if you are...
Well, like my existing business, can I use, or can Mark use Major Radio? Can I use Troubleshooter Network to buy tax credits through that?
Yeah, absolutely. And then you've got a legitimized source that's bringing in income more than those 7 years. You can show all that. I just get wary of folks that are trying to set up a business immediately just to buy tax credits. It just sometimes doesn't always work.
I understand. So you want to set it up through a viable business, and when that viable business does not need them, they're passed on to you. So if that viable business is a subchapter S that takes all of its profits individually, then you can buy, you're still making money, but it's going directly to the individual. Would you be able to apply those tax credits from the business to the individual?
I have only been told that single filer LLCs are eligible for it in that classification.
And that's almost the same as a sub S, a single filer.
And I don't disagree. I just am not a CPA. So
Right.
That's, as always, do your research, talk to somebody who knows what they're
I would love to ask anyone out there, anyone, have you dabbled in buying tax credits? Have you actually purchased tax credits? Do you still have a lot of credits available from people who want to sell them?
Yes, I do have credits available for folks that are looking to sell. And
looking to buy me.
Selling tax credits isn't new. It just became new to the solar space in 2021.
Okay.
So
buying and selling tax credits has been done in the past.
So specifically in Colorado, your conservation easement tax credit. Typically, ranchers don't make a lot of money, so they didn't need all of these tens of thousands of tax credits for them not to develop their land.
Right.
So they sell it to rich folks that could utilize them instead. And so that's been going on since the 70s.
So now, how long have they been being sold in the solar space?
2021 was pushed into legislation, so 2022 would be the first year that it was enacted.
So it was actually passed into legislation that you're allowed to sell solar tax credits. Prior to 2021, you weren't allowed to do it.
That is correct.
What law made it possible? I'd love to know.
Mark's favorite, the Inflation Reduction Act.
It was part of it?
Yes.
All right, we got more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. If you have any questions on buying tax credits, I mean, why wouldn't you? If you can buy a tax credit and save 50% on taxes, why wouldn't you do it? I'm trying to think, why wouldn't you do it? To me, it sounds logical. Mark, would you do it? I mean, you're listening. What are you thinking?
I would talk to my accountant.
Yeah, I know. I would love to. The problem is a lot of accountants don't know anything about it. Anyway, we got more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show, 303-713-8255. Renew Home Innovations, beautiful bathrooms, beautiful, beautiful showers. They take 2 or 3 days to do, and then you have 1 year to pay with no interest. Think about that. RenewHomeInnovations.com, 303-904-2000, 303-904-2000.
This is Denver's talk station with Michael Brown in the morning and Dan Kaplis in the afternoon. 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
Yeah, so far so good on the highways and byways. Really not much to contend with. A few construction zones out of Inglewood, in fact, on Hamden, particularly around Broadway. We've got some jamming both directions. Watch for lane restrictions there. West side.
Mark's ready for Banker as soon as you're done with yours.
All right, good.
Bad for us. It's US 6 west of Golden. Still some delays there, and then back out to the east side around Tower on I-70. Got some slight slowdowns, but for the most part, I-25's at the posted speed limit. With traffic, I'm Jonathan Steele.
This report is sponsored by Red Pilled America.
This week on Red Pilled America, we tell the story of the famed Dilbert comic strip artist, author, podcaster, and everyone's internet dad, Scott Adams. Listen to Red Pilled America on the iHeartRadio app. That's Red Pilled America, a storytelling show.
Excel Roofing, not Excel Energy. We've been talking about energy. I want to tell you about Excel Roofing. Excel is an excellent. They are not just doing roofing, but they're doing architectural lighting. That's the hidden permanent LED lights. And those lights can accent your home just to beautify it, or you can use it for holiday lighting. Any holiday, anytime, any game day, any birthday, celebrating anything you want through lighting. Hundreds and thousands of colors, millions of combinations, all controlled by your smartphone. And they are the lowest in the marketplace. If you're looking for great pricing and value, excelroofing.com. Get your estimate online. Excel, E-X-C-E-L, excelroofing.com.
You know, the guys that become the banker want one thing for you, a guaranteed retirement. Retirement money that the minute you turn on that income stream will always be the same, well, unless some of the other benefits kick in, till the day you die. Can you imagine that? Not having to worry about whether a particular stock is up or down, but having a guaranteed retirement. Talk to them about maybe an old orphan 401k. And by the way, with their one annuity product to 17% bonus the second you purchase it, that's crazy. Check them out at mymoneymyway.com. Call up for the numbers, mymoneymyway.com.
Come on, Dragon, give us a couple Drews. Give us that fat lady.
That's right.
Yeah.
She was a big minority woman.
Big minority woman.
Hey, Tom, we have a question.
My chat kind of disappeared. Yeah, what's your question, bro?
When you doing a commercial and we're offline, how do we not interfere with you?
I can hear you sometimes, but most of the time they have the mic off where I can't hear you.
Okay, we were wondering.
Why can't I hear the chat? I mean, see the chat anymore on the right side of my panel. What do I have to do?
Should pop up automatically.
Oh, I know. I'm not on the right stream right now.
chat.
Never mind. I'm not on the right stream. I went to that. That was the previous one I was on. Never mind. That's what it is. I just got to get the new one on. There it is. Now I got it. Okay.
I think that solar stuff's coming in behind Mark's head.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at it.
Poodle's comment. For once, you're smart, Poodle. Was that Sue's?
Yeah.
vanish into the sun.
Callfuller.com.
Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino with you, with Marc Mager, solving problems, answering questions, taking complaints. So, under the Inflation Reduction Act of 2022, Congress created a way to transfer clean energy tax credits for people who have tax credits but can't use them. So, the owner or generator of the credit can sell the credit for cash to an unrelated party who then uses it against their federal tax liability. So, it was the Inflation Reduction Act of 2022. The eligible credits include the investment tax credit and other credits. The seller must be an eligible taxpayer that generated the credit. So they have to be a taxpayer. I don't know what that means, an eligible taxpayer that generated the credit, and that is not eligible for direct pay. And the buyer must be an unrelated taxpayer that has income tax liability to absorb the credit. Okay, so far so good.
Yep.
So basically, it has to be a real taxpayer that sells the credit, and the person has to be able to use the credit. That's pretty easy to understand. The transaction must be cash. It cannot be financed. It must be a cash transaction. Obtains a registration number, and then the seller makes the election to transfer. So your seller, your client who can't use the tax credit, must elect to sell the credit. And then the buyer must have a registration number.
That's a clean,
The account.
yep, the IRS account. Yep.
The buyer must attach a transfer election statement to their tax return, including the registration numbers and details of the transfer. So they would put in my registration number saying I just sold it to this guy. And then the transferred credits cannot typically be retransferred. So if I buy them, it says typically you have to use them.
Yeah, they don't want, they want it to be a clean way to trace what's going on with those tax
It
credits.
says you buy it to use it.
Yep.
And not in the business of reselling.
Yes. And the contract for selling the tax credit between the seller and buyer is typically that form that they're talking about that you
Yes.
attach to your taxes.
But here's what they say. Residential solar credits are not eligible for transfer. It's commercial credits only.
It has to be tied to a commercial project, or you have to transfer to the installer in order to do that.
But the safest way is to buy the commercial tax credit from a business system where the owner, the business, is not using them.
Yeah, and that you the safest thing to do is to also ensure that the system is already up and running.
That's exactly right.
So-
They say the buyer must ensure that it is a viable system. So when does the system become viable and eligible to sell the tax credits?
So the tax credits become viable with a signed contract and a 5% deposit. So some folks who have a trusted relationship have that already in place to buy it right away.
But if the solar system is not complete, those tax credits can be rescinded.
Exactly. So let's say that Dimitri did a solar project with me. He's got a 5% deposit and a signed contract. So 100,000 tax credits are viable. You want to buy those 100,000 for 50,000. You guys have a relationship.
Right.
You guys say, yes, let's do it. Then me and Dimitri have until 2035 to get the system up and running. If 2036 hits and we haven't done anything to the system, then Tom, those 100,000 in tax credits now get taken away from you and you owe that back, plus a 20% fee.
So basically, though, that's a big risk. So if for some reason that system is not completed, I bought nothing.
Exactly. And you owe, instead of 100,000 as originally done, you would owe 120,000.
So plus you lose the money I paid Dimitri for the credits.
Yeah, you'd have to sue him for it or
Right.
whatever, because it's
So
I
then-
feel like
If you can find me.
Isn't it better to have tax credits on a system that's already up and running?
Yeah, that's your 100% guarantee.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, if you're working with credible folks and you have relationships with them in multiple different places, everybody can make those other
But
decisions.
the one where you do it on a system to be built, you can use the credits right away, but they're subject to rescission.
Yeah, so if you have strangers involved that don't know each other,
Right.
then absolutely don't buy anything until you have from the utility company saying that the project's been accepted or that PTO has been received.
And if
Not that final inspections passed through the city or anything else, that the utility company it's tied to has fully accepted the project, then you're good.
The credit you buy will typically be sold at a discount because the seller wants cash now and the buyer wants to reduce his tax burden. Once this happens, you can purchase a $1 million tax credit, for example, for less, okay? And you get the full $1 million or whatever you buy. Now, rules for this is as a buyer, you must ensure you can use the credits. Some rules restrict the transfer of credits, so you must use them. For example, individuals or certain taxpayers are subject to some rule, okay? Basically, what they're saying is you have to use the credit. But can you carry it forward or go back? You're saying you can. You can go back in time and apply those credits?
Yeah, so, and I know this gets a little complicated, but let's say that we have a 5% deposit and a signed contract, and you want to use the tax credits now to help fund the project in the future. You can do so, and you can backfile 3 years. So if you
So if I paid tax last year and I buy a tax credit, I can go back and get a discount.
Yes, but the year that you file is important because if you back file to 2022, which would be 3 years ago, then the project has to hit PTO by
Okay.
2032
Well,
instead
see-
of the year that the contract is signed. It's 10 years from the date that you're
Right.
claiming the credits.
But I wouldn't, to make it easy, I wouldn't buy tax credits on a system to be built.
Yeah, that's only for businesses that want it for their own
Right.
purposes,
Got
that
it.
they would want to backdate it and know that.
No, I understand. Okay, we got more coming up. If you have any questions on this or Denver Energize, I got a few texts on that from people who own warehouses and they want to know if they don't have tenants in there, do they get a reprieve of any kind? I would say not. You have to retro that building. You have to make that building energy efficient or you're going to be fined massively. It is an unbelievable requirement on all commercial real estate owners. More right after this.
Now, impact traffic.
Not much to worry about on the Denver roads and freeways as we step into this Tuesday afternoon. Through downtown I-25 northbound, some usual stop and go between Alameda and 6th Avenue. Adding about 5 to 10 minutes to your commute. 6th Avenue eastbound, some stop and go on the off-ramp. to I-25 southbound as well. Green and clean driving all throughout the metro area. Otherwise, I-70 east and westbound flowing free to and from Pena Boulevard for
Seller
folks heading to
registers the
DIA.
credit
With traffic, I'm Mark
property via
Swan.
the
This
IRS
report is
Energy
sponsored
Credits
by Our
Online
American
portal.
Stories.
This is Lee Habib,
The
host of
seller
Our American
obtains a
Stories. On our next
registration number
episode,
two.
we'll share the story of one of the most legendary fights in congressional history and how it brought about a ban on dueling. You won't want to miss the next episode of Our American
Seller
Stories.
makes an election. All right. Time for me to tell you about Integra. It is open enrollment, and right now that means you make changes to your health insurance. It's the only time of year for most of us to make changes. So get Integra Insurance and the experts there to help you. Whether you have Medicare and you're looking for a supplement, or Medicare Advantage, or you're looking for private health insurance for you and your family, you need the help of experts. It doesn't cost you more. In fact, it saves you money. They've been saving me money for years. They look through all of the options available to find the best system for you. 303-466-5500. Do it now. 303-466-5500. Integra, I-N-T-E-G-R-A, IntegraInsurance.com. Sheridan Auto Tech. They have everything you want in an auto repair facility. They have convenience, value, they have longevity, honesty, integrity, and convenience, which is really important. On Colfax, west of Wadsworth, it's a beautiful facility, plenty of lit parking, and they have several bays to get you in and out of there. Whether your car is still under warranty or not, you can have it serviced, and pre-buy inspections for used cars as well. 303-455-7242. Simply the best. 303-455-7242. SheridanAutotech.com.
You
I missed what Howard said.
Oh, Tom timed me out.
Yeah.
And then just while we're on tax credits, the Inflation Reduction Act will allow benefits to get the tax credits as
Oh, wow.
the government being shut down. I don't know if that's impacted how
What's that
fast you receive
town
those
by,
rebates.
Colorado Springs? Is it Manitou Springs?
That
Or?
Yeah, that's where
was
the
a big change.
yeah Manitou Springs. Well, they have like the incline is there.
Yeah.
But I think they have. I want to say like a Christmas shop in town or something.
No, it's North Pole.
North Pole.
Yeah.
But I think Manitou is like where Cave of the Winds is, stuff like that. Kind of a tourist town a little bit.
Don't you go through it, hang a left, and then you're down towards Cripple Creek or something?
I guess, yeah, because if you're on whatever road that is, yeah, you can get up in there and then,
Do you have
yeah, I
people
think
with
you're right.
completed systems that have an account number?
You hang a left and it takes you to Cripple
Yeah,
Creek.
those two projects that are pending.
Okay.
I think that was built for
They
the
have
military to
they have an
gamble.
account number, so I have to get an account number. That's
Or
the first thing
Carson.
I have to do.
Signed up for your manager account already.
Zora Mamdani will be the next mayor of New York City, not Dick Morris. The longtime campaign consultant offers his theory on how Republican Curtis Sliwa can pull a shocking upset. Tuesday on Ryan Schuling Live.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. I have a question for you if you're traveling. I really want your opinion on this, not a knee-jerk reaction. And I want you to think about it. When you're in a window seat, who controls the shade? Why does it have to be the one sitting next to the window? You got 3 people in the aisle. So who gets to choose whether the shade is up or down? Who is it? Why does it have to be the one at the window? Shouldn't it be like a vote? I want to talk about that and more coming up. I'm serious. I want to know who has the right to control that shade.
Your neighbor Lynn loves falling.
The one by the window.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, Chopper thinks it's the person by the window.
No way.
Huh.
Well, it sure ain't the one in the next aisle. It's the guy by the window.
It's a good question because sometimes if I'm on the aisle seat, like I do want to look out the window.
Get there quicker.
Yeah.
When's Southwest going to go to? They keep on saying they're changing, but it's still the ABC thing.
Yeah, I think soon.
I don't have any problem with the ABC thing.
I've never flown on Southwest. So.
I love Southwest.
But I agree with Tom. I'd like to know where my seat is and so don't have to worry about it.
I would rather have them see everyone by the window first, then the centers, then the aisles.
Instead of from rear to front.
It's like the guy that wants to be on the aisle has to get back on up and let the guy in the window seat. You know,
Yeah.
Or like you said, people in the rear should go first.
Yeah, but they go after like
They're at the end, yeah.
I mean, after like the priority people.
Yeah. Oh God, there's just go to A, B, and C. It's priority with
our first class passengers and our
with sunglasses.
And our high mileage people and
military only if you're deployed to Afghanistan. So many
people with kids.
Oh, that's the one I hate.
Hey, Mark.
You don't even have his headset on.
No, he doesn't.
there's some risk if you're by the aisle and you control the shade. Because if that window breaks, you're normally the one that gets sucked out. So,
the one in the aisle?
No, the one with the shade.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean, so it's inherently riskier. That's why you get to do the shade. There's been a few sucked out. I find that hard to believe.
I know.
To get sucked out through that little window. Obviously, you're going to have some fractures if they ever find you. I mean, I remember when I used to fly non-rev for Frontier, when I worked for them, you were just happy to get a seat.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you prefer train then? Train travel instead?
I like to drive.
Oh. Yeah.
The worst one was Frontier.
Oh.
That's by far. Everything went wrong. I mean, I still got there and back. Comfortable, it wasn't stressful.
Definitely not comfortable. I mean, there's some unstable situations. We only get, if we fly back from nationals or United or Frontier, and so it's we drive too.
Yeah, so that's time. Yeah, it was a 6-hour delay. The plane broke down. The icing pad in Seattle. And back. Sent some vehicle. Fixed the engine. So by the time we took off again, it was 6 hours.
Don't they have some rule that if it's delayed after like 3 hours?
Now, they sent me an email with a $50 voucher for future travel. Unfortunately, the voucher was only good on Frontier. So let's just say that voucher expired and used. Yeah.
I like JetBlue. We took it out of New York.
I'm really surprised that Spirit Airlines is still in business.
They have to be on the brink of.
Oh, God, they're one of the worst
going
airlines
under.
around.
I know.
Have you ever been in that Fort Lauderdale?
Protesters in Cahill on the Joe Pag Show. Tonight from 6 to 9 on 630 KHOW.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Welcome to the show. I'm Tom Martino, and I was looking at a car deal here that somebody sent me that literally has about $20,000 in add-ons. $20,000 in add-ons. Now, some of these add-ons are pretty apparent, like the loan was marked up. I call that an add-on. If you look for the life of the loan, that was part of it. The markup only, the markup, This markup was 1.5%. Another one that comes up often is credit, life, and disability. That's where you're paying someone in case you get sick, and it gives you disability payments. That's the dumbest thing in the world. If you want to have disability insurance, then you do it through an insurance broker along with health insurance or other kinds of insurance. You don't do it separately at a dealer. This thing can cost a lot of money. Another one, gap insurance. Again, this is something you should get with your regular car insurance. It should not be added on at the dealer. They call it the F&I department. It should be called the FU department, because when you leave there, you really, really, really feel screwed. And this particular deal, we're talking, think about that. $20,000. So it brought this purchase up to almost $60,000. And a lot of it's financed. So people think, oh, it's not a big deal, or they don't even think at all. Here's something else, an extended service contract. It adds years or mileage to your contract, but you should not get it ever when you buy a car. Why? It's pretty simple. This will be offered to you as your warranty becomes or goes to the end. So if you have a car that has a 3-year, 36,000 mile warranty and you leave the dealership, that will cover you for 3 years, 36,000 miles. There's nothing a 5-year warranty will cover you, and it's not on top of the 3 years. The 5 years is really only 2 years, because the first 3 years of the 5-year runs concurrent with your factory warranty. I have fun when I ask a dealer, why am I buying a 5-year warranty? You would think if I bought a 5-year warranty, it would be a 3-year warranty, and it would be 3 years, it would be a 5-year on top of a 3-year for an 8-year, but it's not. The first 3 years run together. On any warranty, the factory warranty runs concurrently with it. So if it's a 3-year, a 2-year, whatever, it runs concurrently with an extended warranty. So it's absolutely asinine to buy that extended warranty when you buy the car. Now, they say, well, you're never going to get a deal like this. That's bull. When you have a 3-year warranty, at the end of that 3 years, you will be offered a true extension, one that extends from the end of that warranty, not one that runs concurrently with it. Now, another thing people have paid for, and this person paid for in the 20 grand, was a maintenance plan. That's a prepaid maintenance package, meaning when you have to go for your 30,000 mile checkup, let's say that normally costs $1,800 and you can buy it for $900. Well, did I learn a lesson there? I thought buying prepaid service is not such a bad idea. So I looked at the 30,000 mile plan for my Beamer, okay? The 30,000 mile plan. And they say at 30,000 miles, I need about $2,200 worth of stuff, $2,200. I went to Kevin Calkin at Sheridan Auto Tech, and he has a BMW tech there, or someone who used to be a BMW tech. What do you think my service cost me for 30,000 miles? Any guesses, Deputy D? Mark, any guesses? For 30,000 miles.
$600.
$285. He said you needed a quick oil change and nothing else was wrong. They charge you for going through systems and adjusting or tuning when they don't need anything. He said, look, we can charge you more if you want, but the BMW tech said your car needed nothing. Now, we were supposed to check this and this and this and this, but there was nothing wrong. So you got an oil change and some other minor lubrications and stuff. It was $285. I would have spent $21.95 or something, over $2,000 at a Beamer dealership. This is a real life story. Now, so that's maintenance plans. Here's another one that this person added on: tire and wheel protection. Again, tire protection and wheel protection. I have a bugaboo about that because I do scar up a lot of wheels and I don't mind paying for that. But apparently, this cost them a lot more than I would have paid. This cost them $1,800. Now, remember, $20,000 on top of their regular on top of their regular deal. They have paint protection and something called environmental. What the hell is environmental protection? Environmental protection are nano coatings that environmentally protect your car from the environment.
I thought you were going to say it's some kind of a carbon offset
They
credit.
have fabric and leather protection. This is Scotch Guard that you can do yourself. They got undercoating, undercoating on the car. They also got, listen to this one I hadn't heard in a while, key fob replacement insurance.
Wow.
God almighty. I mean,
what did that cost?
Key fob replacement insurance was $79.
Hey, so this thing about
windshield protection.
Oh.
Tom, don't forget credit life or disability.
Yeah, I told you that came up early. And Mark, dent and ding protection, which guarantees paintless dent repair. Now, why can't you just go have it done? I mean, why do you have to pay in advance for that? Small dent removal coverage, but you have a deductible on each one. And then road hazard protection. By the way, we're not done yet. Keep going. What were you going to say?
To go back to the aftermarket, post-warranty service warranty, so-called, Kevin dropped some really awful news on us on Friday during Car Day. He said, here's the new evilness from these aftermarket warranty companies. He says that they're denying warranties now if you can't prove that the oil changes were professionally done. He said that they no longer accept your receipts for all the oil and filters you may have bought at Walmart, like we have.
You can't do your own.
Yeah, he said that he's 0 for 9 on trying to get these denials reversed.
Really?
Yeah, so customers are coming in, bad engine. They have all the receipts for all the oil they bought over the years.
But they're saying it wasn't professionally done.
They're saying, hey, fine, you bought the oil. Where's your proof that it went in the car?
Now, do you think we're done with the bend over and let me give you more F&I department? No.
Nice.
VIN etching and theft protection kits. That's inscribing the VIN number on the window. Why do I care? Why do I care? It's $500. Why do I care that my VIN number is etched on the windshield? They say it's theft protection.
Well, then they should sell that service to your insurance company.
How is it even theft protection? How do they even think of these things to add to a car deal? VIN etching. What they say is when the VIN is etched on the windshield, it's easier identification. First of all, my car's stolen. I don't want it to be found. Personally, I want to get rid of it and get a new one. LoJack or GPS tracking, another theft recovery device that you're paying for. And you don't get discounts from your insurance for doing this. Oh, this one. I swear to God. Now, we used to do this on motorhomes. It's a pure gimmick, though. It really is. We did it for motorhomes just because the molecules were bigger and you didn't have to refill as much. Nitrogen-filled tires. Mm-hmm. What they claim is it helps you you don't have to air your tires as much. Now, I know, but you pay nitrogen tire fill, so that you get charged for filling your tires with nitrogen.
Tom, the air is over 70% nitrogen to begin with.
I know.
And that's great.
I know. Some of these big tires, maybe I got talked into it and I didn't need it. But when I bought my motorhome, Mark, did you ever get the come on about nitrogen?
No.
In your motorhome tires?
I used to sell it at Goodyear, though.
You did. And what was the selling point for the nitrogen? That it leaks less?
No, because people that bought it, they needed it to have filled with nitrogen. You couldn't just put air in it.
Wait, what does that mean?
Well, meaning that when you went to refill,
that means people that left the dealership and had it put in, they want nitrogen back in. They don't want air. They already paid for nitrogen.
They don't want the common air that we poor people use mixed with their nitrogen.
That's right. It's supposed to be for nitrogen anyway.
When it gets really hot or cold, it doesn't go up as down as much.
Okay. The other one this person paid for, paint sealant. God, what a waste. That's nothing more than a good coating you can do on your own.
Turtle wax for us?
Yeah, that's what, or they call it ceramic paint sealant. Window tint. Window tint.
How much is that?
That's another one. That was $4.95.
Jeez.
Window tint. Door edge guards. Oh my God. You know that little plastic thing you put on?
Yeah, it's a little tacky.
I don't think this person had a voice to say, no, I don't want it. Then there is what's called an appearance package. That's a combination of all these things and some of the things I didn't price. Now, this is the biggest screw job, although a lot of people pay it. It's called market adjustment.
Oh, yeah.
You know what that means?
Oh, of course.
It means it's a hot selling car. That's what it means. And we're going to charge you more because we can.
That's the amount they charge above MSRP, right?
That's right. Now, as if that's not enough, I swear to you, this is, it goes on, a doc fee.
What's a doc fee?
It's for dealing with your documents.
The document fee. Okay.
Yeah, but that's every single dealer now.
Yeah, and this one was $800. The other one.
What?
Yes. And then an electronic filing fee. You just paid a doc fee, an electronic filing fee, and then a delivery prep fee. Delivery prep. That's pre-inspection and delivery. And then you have, actually, they were charged an advertising fee where they break down their per unit cost for advertising. And you get charged for the advertising they did. And VIN registration, what does that mean? VIN registration service. It's a convenience upcharge for something you can do yourself. Where do you register it? Anyway, on leasing, the upsells are a little different, okay? This was not a lease, this was a purchase. But you will find some coverages that I looked up on leasing cars. For example, wear and tear protection. What that does is it covers you on the residual cost when they say you had excessive wear and tear. This is not terrible. It'll go above and beyond the certain, when they depreciate the car and they put abnormal wear and tear, this will kick in up to $2,500. I don't know if that's going to be enough, but that's if you bought this. I'm not reading the deal now. Their deal was over. This is if you lease. You can buy excessive mileage protection. And that keeps your residual low if you want to keep your miles low. But if it goes higher, you can buy this to buy it down. And a lease and protection covers the final disposition or cleaning fee and gap coverage, which, by the way, in a lease, you don't have to worry about. I don't know why you would buy it. We got more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Don't get taken by these fees. I swear to you, it's unbelievable. Make your best deal and just say no at the F&I department. There's not one thing you need to buy when you go in the F&I department. There's nothing they sell that's necessary, no matter what they tell you. We have more coming right up.
Would you believe we're already coming up on ski season? It's just around the corner. But if joint pain or sciatica has been keeping you on the sidelines or keeping you off the lift, so we don't mix metaphors, Regen Revolution can help. Their regenerative therapies can work to rebuild and repair tissue so you can hit the slopes pain-free and stay active all winter long. Give them a call, 303-292-9992 for a free consultation or online at regenrev.com.
I can't stress enough. Fix It 24/7's $39 fee. It's for new customers or people who haven't had it done. Their extreme clean tune and check for just $39 is extraordinary. They spend at least a couple of hours on your system, taking it apart, cleaning every nook and cranny, adding efficiency and life to the unit. Dirt is the #1 killer, and they get to the dirt. And they tune it up and give you a no breakdown guarantee. FixMyHome.com. Book now. Just $39. FixMyHome.com. Book now. There's nothing worse than getting charged with something you know you didn't do, or getting in trouble for something you did do, or a massive speeding ticket or DUI. Listen, you need a defense attorney. There's no two ways about it. Don't ever try to handle these issues on your own. We've known Joe Lazzara for 30 years. He's there to help you. Lazzara, LazzaraLegal.com. He will do free initial consultations and then flat rate for your entire case. You get the ease of mind of knowing what it's going to cost and that you won't be nickeled and dimed. 303-429-6200. 303-429-6200.
Okay, who wants coffee?
Oh, man. Actually, thank you, bro. I just love it.
Hey, Dragon, you feeling better?
Yeah. I just got the persistent cough. It's just annoying right now.
Our daughter got the cold, too, man.
Ugh.
Poodle won't give it up. But
So, Dollar, I'll come to you next.
Okay, that's fine.
is the barn burner good? You know, people make it sound like it is a good thing. If I had a barn and it got burned down, I sure wouldn't think it was good. Especially if my car was in it.
Yeah.
There was a barn right up here on, was on Arapahoe, where there was a bunch of horses that was in it. They got killed.
You mean on Bellevue?
It was on Bellevue.
Yeah, there was a horse
barn.
Horse barn.
Yeah.
You take riding lessons
Yeah.
and stuff over there.
It's more like
Good afternoon, Tom
fancy
Martino.
Cherry Hills type horses.
Right.
Hi,
Not
Joe.
like the
How are
horses
you?
on, what, Peoria?
Yeah, Peoria.
Yeah, in that. Those horses have to listen to airplanes all day long.
Exactly.
Sure. Okay. So this is small claims, right?
Oh, we have a
All right,
call.
Joe. Hang on for me, and we'll get with Tom as soon as possible. Okay? Hang on.
I'm waiting on the gold coin I get from Walmart tomorrow to see if everything went right.
Oh, you ordered one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I hope it ain't a chocolate one that you bite into. It was the cheapest gold coin around.
Wow.
And I like it. They're at least keeping you, hey, it left this place, it's on its way, it's in, we're stopping off at Jeff Jolliffe's.
Yeah. Oh, the driver went missing with your coin.
Yeah. Do you have to
Wealth.com. 630 KHAL, an iHeartRadio station.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Joe, what's going on with, oh, wait, you're working with Deputy D. What's going on with your case, Joe?
Hey, Tom, I'm so sorry, man. I couldn't even talk to this guy off the air. I barely missed that little thing that you guys shoved in at the end, like with the last 2 minutes left yesterday, about how to file this paperwork.
Okay, in other words, how to get the guy served?
Yeah, because he is so, remember, ghosty.
Yes.
I cannot.
Okay,
get
you
her
hold
to
on. Dimitri stepped away. I'll get him right back. So hold on. Deputy Dollar, you have a follow-up from Charles. This is where, this is from last week. He got an email stating his computer was picked up, whatever that means. Then he got another notice, and he believes these notices are not meant for him, and possibly his identity was hacked. What's going on with that, Dollar?
Talk to Charles. After the show, he must have gone in and he put a lock on all 3 credit bureaus.
Yes.
And And then he and I talked about it a little bit more. And I said, you just need to be vigilant. Don't click on any emails. Watch your credit report for the next month or two. At the end of the day, his identity, I don't believe was stolen, nor does he think it was stolen either. So
okay, here's the thing that a lot of people are doing. Not a lot of people, but a lot of scammers are scamming people with phishing schemes, saying, like your computer was picked up or you have a package waiting for you. And people, out of curiosity, if this is not you, click here. There's all kinds of ingenious ways right now that people are being phished with a PHISHET. Phished. They want information. So if they don't want money, they want information. They want one or the other. Either they get the money directly with you doing all kinds of stupid things like paying fines or paying delivery fees with gift cards. And need I even say this? No payment, no legitimate payment at all. None. Not one is made with a gift card ever. It's that easy. Never, ever, ever. Now, by the way, this person wrote to me and said, Tom, when you talk about an as-is, there's nothing you can do about it. I wanted to bring up this law. Now, Mark and I had a discussion about this years ago. Somebody said, Mark, there's a law about as-is, and Mark says, find one place, one agency that will enforce this law. No one will. No one at all. It's a useless law. And it's CCR 205-1. It outlines. Do you remember this? We had this discussion with Norris, Mark.
Yep.
About material particulars, and he says,
like a crack windshield or whatever.
Yeah. Okay. So it says this is what supposedly must be disclosed. Now, if it's a licensed dealer and you want to bring something up, you might have some traction. But years ago, Norris was telling us you can even use this against a private sale, but you have to go to small claims court. If something is a salvage title, it must be disclosed, okay? And also any damage to the frame. Also, this law outlines flood, fire, and hail damage. And another one is any kind of accident or collision. That's bull. This is never disclosed. And modifications that may include anything that affects the warranty coverage. Now, I didn't know about this one, but supposedly, if the vehicle was used as a police vehicle, a vehicle for hire, or rental vehicle, and many people are saying this includes Uber and Lyft, that it must be disclosed if it was an Uber or Lyft car. But as Mark said in the past, and I totally agree, you're never going to get anyone to enforce this law. It's a useless law. And if you go to small claims court, maybe you can use it, or if it's a licensed dealer. But if you complain to the dealer licensing board that you bought a car as is, most of them will tell you, sorry, you bought it as is. Not one of them will bring up some of these material particulars. But if you want to try it, that's why I'm putting it out there. It's called the Material Particulars Act. That's the nickname for it. Material particulars. Certain things that must be disclosed even when a car is purchased as is. We have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. Dan McKenzie can do a will for you. He can do a trust, or he can do a creative LLC that holds assets that pass through death without probate. Dan McKenzie, he will give you personalized attention and free consultations. Right up front, and then you decide if you want to use them. 833-CO plans for your estate planning. Don't wait. I got caught, surprised, and all of that, and now Dan McKenzie is helping me. 833-CO plans. Thank you.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Michael Brown tomorrow morning at 6:30 KHOW Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
South of town for folks leaving Castle Rock, I-25 southbound. We've got a crash blocking the left express lane and the right lane between Plum Creek Parkway and Skyview Lane, Toma Road. Looking at some pretty heavy delays for folks heading south on I-25. Out west into the high country, Loveland Pass, both directions closed between I-70 and Montezuma Road due to an ongoing crash and investigation. With traffic, I'm Mark Swan.
This report is sponsored by Rock Creek Farm, You Pick 'em Pumpkin Patch.
Brought to you by Rock Creek Farm, You Pick 'em Pumpkin Patch and Corn Maze. Halloween is almost here. Get to Rock Creek Farm in Broomfield to pick your perfect pumpkin. Get lost in miles of corn mazes and grab your fall decorations and baked treats too. Tickets at rockcreekfarm.com.
Excel Roofing is lighting up your life with Excel Lighting through Excel Roofing. It's an LED system that is totally hidden. Mark and Suzanne have this system. It's beautiful. He uses his smartphone for hundreds of thousands of colors and millions of combinations. You can light up game day. You can light up a celebration of any kind, or a holiday, or just mood lighting, architectural lighting from Excel Roofing. You can, by the way, they're lower than anyone on the market, and you can get your bid, your estimate online at Excel, E-X-C-E-L, as in excellent, excelroofing.com. That's excelroofing.com. John Fuller is one of the few attorneys I know that'll talk to you up front without you hiring him. You don't have to sign up. You don't have to do anything. You just call and say, I want to talk to John. He's a personal injury attorney, an auto accident expert. He's heard it all, and he can help you with your case free of charge, no obligation when you call. If you decide to hire him, it's on a percentage fee basis, and you will get his cell phone that you can call or text at any time. That's a personal service for personal injury. 303-597-4500. It all starts there. 303-597-4500.
Past the bar?
Yeah.
Dimitri, we have Joe who's wanted to. Okay, I'm going to bring him up.
I'm ready.
I'm looking for my folder that will have that tax ID that I signed up for. I want to make sure I can find it.
You can lock it to your account too if you're that way.
Yeah, is it clean? Do you know what the URL is? I can just say forgot password or something. I mean, it's not there. I'm trying to put where I would have put it. Tax ops. Let me see this. Blue link. No. Yeah, I should have put it down somewhere, and I didn't. If I get the URL, I'll just try to sign in and see if it forgot password, if they'll send me something. That'll just tell me if I have an account or not. I might have it listed here. Okay.
Flash
Did you
Radio.
text it?
Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Hi, Tom Martino with Marc Mager. We're here solving problems, answering questions, taking complaints. Joe was on the show yesterday. He didn't get it all. He wanted to know how to serve ghosty people. By the way, there are a number of ways you can serve people. It has to be an unrelated party. But Dimitri says it's really easy for him. He just uses a service. Dimitri, what's going on?
Well, we did discuss this with Joe yesterday, and he said that this lady, Miss Aragon, I believe, is kind of difficult to reach and difficult to find. So I did refer him to a service I use, which is, and I have no economic connection with this company, Pike Reporting Service downtown, and they do offer a very effective service.
So Joe, you didn't get it yesterday, so it's Pike Reporting Service.
Pike Reporting Company on 17th Street. Yeah, Pike
Reporting Company.
And they do offer the service of process service. It costs
how much?
$97.50 is what
and you can recover that as part of your damage?
Oh, absolutely. I've never failed to recover it.
Man, I'm telling you, Dimitri has a number of cases going. I would trust him. Did you get that, Joe?
I thank you guys so much.
All right,
thank
man.
you very much.
Good luck to you. Let us know how it works out. Robert, welcome. What's going on, Robert?
Hi, Tom. I was listening to that list of items that someone purchased extra for their vehicle.
Right.
Can you post that so people can print it out?
You know what? I can actually. I'll summarize that. I'm making a note to myself, so it won't be immediate, but I will do that on my social media on what does as is mean. That would be a good idea. Why? Did you ever get burned with a car deal?
No, but I just had lunch with a friend that's a doctor, and we were talking about that exact subject, about how foolish people can be, especially when they buy a car and they go in to do closing, and you have to sit there for over an hour telling them, no, I don't want that. I don't want that.
No, it's getting ridiculous in the F&I department. You do. I mean, they are trained. What they have to do is, or not have to do, but what they're instructed to do is up the gross profit. And some of these things they're selling are ridiculous. Now, did you want me to list the things that are added on, or do you want me to, were you talking about the as-is list?
I'm talking about the add-on list.
Okay, yes, I can. And I'm going to actually take it from this car deal where a person spent $20,000 more. Now, I helped someone who spent 12 grand more. By the way, thank you for calling, Robert. They spent 12 grand more, and I went into the dealer and I said, there's a bunch of stuff on here we want to undo. And it was a day later, and they said, well, you can't do it. And I said, well, sure you can. You can't undo the car deal, but you can certainly undo all of those extras. There's not one of them that they can hold you to, not one of them. So if you bought windshield protection, if you bought extended this, extended that, paint protectant, all of that, fabric care, etched windshields, whatever it is, you can undo it. So look at your car deal. It's amazing how much more people spend on a car deal than the actual car.
How do you undo this?
Well, you go into the dealer and say, I want to remove this from the contract, rewrite it. They have to do it.
Oh, I didn't realize they're required to do it.
Yeah, well, let's put it this way. They're not required not to do it. It's tricky, meaning this. when you buy a car, all sales are final. But when you buy those add-ons, those are options that are not required. Therefore, and you didn't close on them. You didn't take the car yet, or if you took the car, you didn't use any of those services. You can get out of most every one of them. In fact, unused car warranties, when people try to get out and they tell you it's non-refundable, that is not right.
Oh, great.
And the Attorney General has taken action against dealers in the past who have told them that they can't get out of a warranty the day later because they haven't, first of all, they haven't used it, and they simply can charge an administration fee. So many of these add-ons are crazy. Now, speaking of financial stuff, here's one that came in by text. And this is a common question we get. It's a little trivia here. I contested a charge on my credit card. The product was defective, even though the company said it wasn't. The credit card company agreed with me and took the charge off my card. However, the company is now coming after me for payment.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that doesn't surprise you, does it? Why is that? Because the credit card isn't the arbiter of if you owe the money. All the credit card is saying is, we're not going to be part of it. We're not going to allow you to bill this person for this product because there's a dispute. And they are going with their member, their card holder. But the company has every right to say, you bought this product, it's working fine, you owe us the money. And so many times, you would not believe how many times people believe that what the credit card company says somehow has legal bearing on whether you owe the money. It does not have legal bearing on whether you owe the money. It has nothing to do with whether you owe the money. It just has to do with the credit card. And on that note, with divorce courts, the same thing happens. The divorce court will say, on that $12,000 Visa or MasterCard bill, the wife has to pay it. So now Visa or MasterCard comes after the husband. The husband says, I don't owe it anymore. The divorce court has no jurisdiction over your private agreements. It's simply a civil it's a civil partnership dissolution agreement, for lack of a better term. So what you're doing is agreeing by contract in the divorce decree to go with what the judge said. And the judge said the wife has to pay it. Now, the husband, if he's hounded by this credit card, still may have to pay it, but he will have a civil action against his spouse for breaching the divorce decree. So the divorce decree has no power outside of the divorce decree, except for one exception. And that is when you do a Kudrow or a qualified domestic relations distribution based on a divorce. So if you have a retirement account, they make you do that before the decree is final. So your retirement account is split, and you do not get charged a penalty or taxes on it. You simply split it, and half goes to your wife or half goes to your husband. That's the only thing where a divorce decree can make you do it beforehand. As far as credit cards and car loans, the divorce decree has no power over it whatsoever. None. And there's another thing that is confusing that I want to bring up. They hardly do it anymore because of electronic payments. But this person says that they went to a place that took checks. It was a restaurant, but they wouldn't take a check from me. And I said, wait a minute. You take checks. Why won't you take my check? Now, do you know the reason?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Oh, well, there is this processing system called checks systems, right? And they run your your check through this, it scans it in the check system and then
tells you what your check score is.
Well, the check systems actually guarantees the check to the merchant, right?
Because they keep track of bad actors.
Right, or allegedly bad actors. And
How
so
do you know about that system? I didn't think you'd know about it.
Oh, I had a check rejected at Micro Center because check systems did not have any record of my checking account. Like I had no history with check systems.
Okay, it wasn't
and I said,
because you
guys,
bounced
it's not a bad check. I've never bounced one. And they said, hey, they just don't have a record.
Now, this person claimed they never bounced anything either, so that could be it.
Yeah.
But it was as a result of checks, CHEX systems. And they're like a credit bureau for check writing.
In fact, only a couple of months ago, I requested and received my credit report, my entire record actually, from Check Systems.
Yeah.
And it's amazing what's on it. It has several bank accounts on it. It tells me when I applied for those bank accounts, when the bank account was opened.
If we knew the various databases that keep track of us, do you know there's a database that keep tracks of our insurance claims?
Oh, yeah.
The Clue Report.
Yeah, Clue Report.
And then check systems for checks.
Yep.
The credit bureaus for our regular credit. There's even one that keeps track of lawsuits that you file, LexisNexis.
Yep.
So you can see if the person is a suer or not.
And by the way, LexisNexis owns the Clue Report. I got a copy of my Clue Report.
Did you?
And
was
came
it
from
accurate?
LexisNexis.
Was it accurate?
Yeah, it was completely blank. It's until a few weeks ago.
All right, we have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show.
LexisNexis. What an evil.
Now, impact traffic.
South of town for folks leaving Castle Rock, I-25
I took Robert,
southbound.
right? Yeah,
We've got
I
a
took
crash blocking the left express lane and the right lane between Plum Creek Parkway and Skyview Lane, Toma Road. Looking at some pretty heavy delays for folks heading south on I-25. Out west into the high country, Loveland Pass, both directions closed between I-70 and Montezuma Road due to an ongoing crash and investigation. With traffic, I'm Mark Swan.
This report is sponsored by Macy's Backstage. Macy's Backstage is a whole department inside your Macy's store where you can find the latest fall looks, all for under $30. With new arrivals every day, you never know what amazing deals you'll find. Don't wait. Find a location at Macy'sBackstage.com.
Integra Insurance can help you find the right health insurance. That's the message. Why do you need Integra? Because it is a complicated system, and you need the help of licensed professionals. It's open enrollment, the time when most of us must make our choices for health insurance. Do not assume everything will be renewed as always. There are major changes and major price increases. They can help you save money. Please go to integrainsurance.com and save yourself some money and get the people who are licensed to help you. 303-466-5500. 466-5500. Theartofgranite.com has the guaranteed best value on countertops. That's it. You want great value? You go to The Art of Granite. They can beat most any deal on granite or natural stone or any man-made material. Visit them at The Art of Granite. They have a golden showroom. Call for directions, call for information, call for pricing. 303-386-5919. Get the guaranteed best price. 303-386-5919. Theartofgranite.com.
Good afternoon, Tom Martino Show.
A call.
No way. Of course they're going to call 5 minutes before the end of the show.
What kind of service do you expect when you call this late?
On what, sir? I'm having a very difficult time listening to you. Do you have me on a speakerphone or Bluetooth or something like that?
I'm on a motorcycle at 110 miles an hour.
Yeah, can you take me off of speakerphone? Do you know how to do that?
This could be an interesting call.
Okay, yeah, okay. And your name's David, and what did you want to talk about?
He doesn't know how to take his phone off speaker.
What happened to Mark?
Okay, you know what? We are running out of time, so let me get your phone number, and I'm going to give you a call tomorrow, okay?
Oh, let's call him tomorrow.
Okay. Well, are you familiar with the show, sir? Are you familiar with the show, sir? Okay. Okay, so you know that we're a call-in radio show and we only do on-air calls. We don't do any off-air calls. So
I need to probably go get mine just to keep her happy.
okay. Well, during the show, obviously, it's a little bit difficult for him to, talk off air. So the best thing to do is to send me an email to help@troubleshooter.com, and then I can pass that on to him. And be sure to include all of your contact information. Do you know how to email? Yeah, so help and then the @sign. Do you know what the @sign is? Have you sent an email before? Okay. Yeah, so it's HELP, the @sign,
All right, I am out.
and then
Good riddance.
TROU.
See you, brother.
Bye, Mark.
Don't let the door hit you.
See you, man.
Turn off the lights.
TER.com. And then as soon as I get the email with all of your contact information, I can pass that along to Mark. But I'm already going to tell you that he's probably going to want you on air. So just be forewarned about that, okay?
Oh, thanks for that website there. I'll go to that.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime.
Yeah, it's just the reason we do that is because some of the people in our audience may be experiencing similar issues. So, what they like to do is have people on air so that our experts and some of the people can help. And then they can learn and garner some knowledge over that. Yeah. Yeah. Great. Well, we appreciate that.
Zohar Mamdani will be the next mayor of New York City, not Dick Morris. The longtime campaign consultant offers his theory on how Republican Curtis Sliwa can pull a shocking upset. Tuesday on Ryan Schuling Live.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. This person has an easy problem to solve. Their house is overheating, and they have their thermostat set at 68. And their house is overheating. Okay, I know what the answer is. I'm going to tell her what the answer is because I asked her a follow-up question, and the follow-up question told me everything. Why do you think, you seem to be smart with this trivia stuff, D. Okay. Why do you think the house is overheating? She has it set at 68 degrees, and the house is overheating.
Oh, well, I think the thermostat is either broken or it's in the wrong place.
Gosh, dang it, man. Oh, God. What? Are you reading my notes? That's exactly.
No, your TV behind you is.
No, I'm serious, man. It's like, now she hasn't verified this, but it's exactly. She says her thermostat. I asked her where the thermostat was. Yeah. It's located down a hallway toward the back of the house. So a thermostat reads your temperature. It has to be in a place that gets the ambient temperature correctly. Brooke, have you run across this when in your line of work? Of course, you probably have.
Well, just in my personal experience with my husband, he goes, "You're stupid. This is where the thermostat is. This is how it reads it."
Exactly. That's exactly right. So if the thermostat is placed somewhere where it's reading the temperature accurately. Yes. But it hasn't reached 68 in that back hallway. So it's going to keep heating and heating and heating until it does. And it's one of the most common problems is when it reads the place the wrong way, basically. It has to be in a central location where the air is open, moving over it. By the way, Alliance Roof and Solar, our guests today, and you can still get to them, redrocksrs.com, 303-704-2449. Somebody wanted to know, do I only call if I want a commercial system? Now, again, you'll service any system. As far as new systems, you may be able to give it a commercial reason.
Yeah, but I just want to make it clear that if they want it on their house and I tell them it's on their house, there'll be another document they sign saying that they will not get the tax credit, because there's no way I could do a new system now.
Okay, you can't do a new system for on a residence and get the tax credit.
Exactly.
Got it. Okay, so that's redrocksrs.com, 303-704-2449. Save all your problems for me.
You're clear, buddy.
I just
Tino
want to make
at
it clear.
Tino. And stay